was sort of an innovation, one would say, of setting up a unit within the Vigilance Department. So you're not creating another department, you are bypassing all the sanctions needed. But it's the nature of the work that the FBO was doing, and that's come out in the report that has been submitted to the Lieutenant Governor by the Vigilance Department, which clearly shows that the unit was independent of any reporting structures, and it bypassed mechanisms of oversight. All these 3 or 4 people who were part of the unit essentially owed their reporting to just one person, that is the Chief Minister. They bypassed the Vigilance Department itself, and that is why it is being called extrajudicial or extra constitutional setup within the Vigilance Department. More importantly, as preliminary investigation unraveled, the work that was being done by the feedback unit for whatever time it existed was in the nature of political intelligence. Now, whether the funding was through a Secret Service fund, and so there was no scrutiny of the funding that went into the setting up and the running of the FBU. So in that sense, this becomes extra constitutional, extrajudicial, and needs to be investigated, is what the view was of the Vigilance Department. Of course, we have to wait for a reaction coming in from the Aam Aadmi Party.
Yes.
They would also have a view. What is important is that the MHA has given a prosecution sanction to the agency, and now the investigation would begin in the snooping case as well.
All right, Abhishek Kapoor, Senior Executive Editor, thank you for joining us. Let's go across now to our reporters on the ground in Delhi. I think we've got Piyush Mishra live right now. Piyush, any reactions that we are getting yet from the Aam Aadmi Party? Now, this vigilance, this sort of a feedback unit actually reported back to Manish Sisodia, who was heading the Vigilance Department at as in he was the minister, was looking at the Vigilance Department. So tell us more of what you're hearing from the AAP.
It's a very big development coming in. As of now, Aam Aadmi Party has not reacted on this, but what we are now given to understand is that the Ministry of Home Affairs has now given sanction to prosecuted Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia under the Prevention of Corruption Act, and that sanction has been given to the competent authority. Remember that CBI a couple of days back had sought the request from LG Vinay Saxena, after which he had referred the matter to Minister of Home Affairs, and now what we are learning is that MHA has now given the sanction. LG VK Saxena, in fact, had approved the CBI's request for prosecution sanction and forwarded the same to Minister of Home Affairs. Remember that CBI had sought the sanction to register a FIR against Manish Sisodia, who heads up the Vigilance Department of Delhi government, under which the Aam Aadmi Party had in 2015 created the FBU unit. What we were told is that this unit was an extrajudicial unit. A fund was also sanctioned. No nod was taken from LG's office. In fact, we also broke about as to how an exclusive chest was also created where the funds were kept, and we also accessed the letter which was written by the police officer who was made the joint director there. We were also given to understand is that the person who was looking after the office of Arvind Kejriwal was also made the whole soul of the entire unit, and around 50 lakh were already spent. So there was no record of the kind of amount which was being spent, and there were allegations that this unit was created exclusively to do snooping on the individuals like judges, media personalities, politicians from other political parties. Now what we are learning is that the kind of sanction which was sought by Central Bureau of Investigation, it was forwarded by LG Vinay Saxena to Minister of Home Affairs, and now MHA has also given its nods to prosecute Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia under the Prevention of Corruption Act. We'll have to wait and watch how the Aam Aadmi Party is going to react on this, but certainly it is coming on the day when mayor elections are also taking place. You can expect massive drama there also at the Civic House on this very issue. Nupo.
Right, Piyush, and I wanted to touch upon that a bit. How do you see this essentially playing out in the MCD House? Because this is going to be the 4th attempt of, the House to elect a mayor, and the last few haven't really been anything to write home about. They've been uproarious. We have seen, all manner of things inside the House.
Well, certainly in the last three sittings, mayor elections could not take place because of the war of words. Those have escalated between Aam Aadmi Party and BJP corporators. There were a series of allegations coming in from Aam Aadmi Party that BJP is trying to capture the house illegally by letting the aldermen to vote first and making them take the oath first. But the matter went to Supreme Court. Now, Supreme Court had directed to hold the elections as soon as possible. And today is the day when mayor elections will take place. But this news coming in on the very day when the mayor elections are also to take place is certainly going to give a lot of ruckus, impetus to ruckus here inside the house, because we can see leaders from both the house to come out and exchange words over this very sanction which has now been given by Ministry of Home Affairs. Remember that Aam Aadmi Party has already got a majority there in the house. 134 corporators are there in the kitty of Aam Aadmi Party. BJP has got 104, but BJP is expecting that it might have the members of standing committee in its favor when elections take place. But mayor and deputy mayor posts are likely to go with Aam Aadmi Party. But still, that can only be ascertained only when the elections take place. House is going to sit at 11. But this sanction, which has now been given by Ministry of Home Affairs, certainly going to raise the temperature there inside the house when the house sits for the fourth time. In the last three times we have seen, because of the massive ruckus between both the between the corporators of both the parties, elections of mayor could not take place. But very big development coming in on this very day, where Ministry of Home Affairs has also now given a sanction to CBI to prosecute Manish Sisodia under the Prevention of Corruption Act. We can certainly see the kind of war of words that are all set to begin. Last time when the LG Vinay Saxena was sought the sanction, at that time Manish Sisodia, in fact Arvind Kejriwal himself had come out and given him clean chit. We have seen top party leaders coming out and giving clean chit to Manish Sisodia, but this time when the sanction has been given by Ministry of Home Affairs, we can certainly see the kind of problem which is now brewing for Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Manish Sisodia.
All right, Piyush, do stay with us. So as Piyush is pointing out, of course, it does appear that this is going to be coming as a setback for the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Manish Sisodia. Do remember that this particular case pertains to an extra unit essentially being created within the Vigilance Department of Delhi. It was known as the Feedback Unit. It reported directly to the Deputy Chief Minister. It had about 3 or 4 people who were reporting to him. Now, opposition parties in Delhi, of course, say that this was political intelligence that was being gathered by the Delhi government or by the Aam Aadmi Party. Now, the CBI, of course, had sought sanction to register an FIR against Sisodia, who heads the Vigilance Department of the Delhi government, under which the AAP government had, of course, in 2015, surreptitiously created the FBO, which is, of course, known as the Feedback Unit. This was seen as an extra-constitutional, extrajudicial intelligence agency, which basically allegations are spied on different ministries, opposition political parties, entities and individuals. Now, this snooping unit did not have any legislative or judicial oversight and was being run and managed by close aides and advisors of the Chief Minister, Arvind Kejriwal, who reported directly to him. The case also pertains to illegal, unaccounted for expenditure in the name of the Secret Service Fund allocated to the FPU. Now, let's go back to Piyush. We are, of course, still also trying to get political reactions for our viewers. But going back to Piyush, now, Piyush, there are a large number of political parties which say that this was essentially a unit that was created to snoop on other political parties, to gather political intelligence, so to say.
Well, Nupur, if we talk about this entire controversy, remember that when the news of Manish Sisodia's this FB unit, which was created under the nose of Manish Sisodia, at the time BJP had hit back at Aam Aadmi Party, saying that in 2015, soon after forming the government in national capital, the Aam Aadmi Party government started doing snooping not only on media personalities but also on judges, on many opposition leaders, to gather information so that it can do its work at ease and also blackmail these people whose names were there on the list. And for that purpose, a special FBU unit was also created without the nod of Delhi's LG, then Delhi LG. The report was also submitted to the LG office, after which a thorough investigation was done. In fact, the CBI had also submitted its report to the LG office, following which LG had referred the matter to Ministry of Home Affairs for the further actions. Now what we are learning is that Ministry of Home Affairs has given a sanction to prosecute the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Manish Sisodia, under the Prevention of Corruption Act. It is also very important to highlight as to how the matter was raised inside the Parliament too by the BJP MPs. Today, as the House is going to sit, MCD House is going to sit, we can expect BJP to once again raise the matter. In fact, the allegations were there on the Aam Aadmi Party government that it was done to blackmail the people who were there on the list. In fact, an exclusive fund was also granted, a chest was also granted. We also accessed the letter of the then police officer who was part of Delhi ACB unit, where he mentioned as to how a chest was created exclusively in which the funds were kept, and these funds were kept for the snooping, for taking out the information on various personalities. Now we'll have to see how the BJP and Aam Aadmi Party are going to react on this, but certainly it is going to again stir the massive political controversy in the in national capital. Remember that Manish Sisodia is already facing the CBI heat over the liquor policy scam. He has been summoned by Central Bureau of Investigation on 26th of February, and before that another case is now looming over his head. Certainly is going to create more problems for Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi. We'll have to see how Congress, Aam Aadmi Party and BJP are going to speak on this. But today, as the House sits, we can expect Aam Aadmi Party leaders and BJP to exchange in war of words. We are already started. We are already receiving few reactions coming in from BJP. Harish Khurana of BJP has also reacted on this. But it's the job of Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia to clarify about the kind of allegations which he is facing, because he's not facing some normal charges. He's facing very serious charges as there are allegations of snooping on media personalities, on opposition leaders, on judges and many other people. We'll have to see how Aam Aadmi Party is now going to react. So far, there's no reaction coming in from Aam Aadmi Party.
All right, Piyush, as you're pointing out, of course, it will be interesting to see how the Aam Aadmi Party reacts to this. But in the past, of course, they have said that this is the centre's attempt, essentially, to deal with them. And that's what we're likely to hear again, that this is political targeting by the centre.
Well, of course, we can again see how Aam Aadmi Party will come out and say that this is nothing but political witch hunt at the part of BJP-led central agencies. We have seen the similar kind of line being taken by the Aam Aadmi Party earlier too. Today also we can expect the same line where Aam Aadmi Party leaders will come out and say that this is being done because they want to blackmail.
Piyush, I'm going to come back to you in just a bit. Mr. Kohli on the phone line with us. Good morning, Mr. Kohli. Mr. Kohli, it's very interesting and innovative how this unit actually functioned. Now, the CBI, of course, says that they feel that this was essentially established to snoop on political rivals.
That's the allegation. And obviously there is credible evidence to point towards the fact that a prosecution should take place. Ultimately, if the Vigilance Department of Delhi government was snooping on political rivals, then the person who's heading that department has to answer. And if prosecution sanction has been granted, then they will have to now credibly give answers to counter the allegation of the investigative agency in this case. They can't start raising political questions and giving a counter allegation as a defense. A counter allegation is not going to help them with their defense of an investigation they themselves are facing. And Mr. Sisodia seems to be drawn into controversy after controversy, the bigger one being the liquor gate scam. Because in that case, the Delhi government, and he was heading that department, went ahead and scrapped the old liquor policy, then came up with a new liquor policy. Then the media reported that there seems to be a scam in the new liquor policy. Certain individuals or organizations have benefited. The exchequer is defrauded of money. The minute the processes that were defined under the new liquor policy were not followed, they were done away with. So therefore, when all of this came out in the public domain, immediately what was the Delhi government did? it scrapped the new liquor policy and went back to the old one. So that itself is an admission, in a sense, that something was wrong with the new liquor policy. That's why they scrapped it. So I think Mr. Sisodia would have to now answer all of this. Obviously, he has his rights, he has his defense. Under law, he will take all his defenses and try to give his explanation. But a counter allegation will not rub away the investigation that he himself has to answer for.
Right. Mr. Kohli, appreciate you speaking to us. Thank you very much for joining us. Let me also go across to Shehzad Poonawalla from the BJP on the phone line. Shehzad Poonawalla, it appears that the Delhi Chief Minister may once again be in the dock facing another allegation. Now, this one, is very, very interesting. This was essentially what looks like right now was an extrajudicial sort of a unit that was created to gather perhaps, more intelligence. And it was also named very interestingly. It was called the feedback unit.
No, this was actually not a feedback unit. It was a Manish Sisodia, Arvind Kejriwal Gestapo. It was functioning like a secret service, like the Chinese sent a balloon in the air to spy. They made this feedback unit. 60% of the reports were political and in all violation of law. And misuse of funds was done to this unit in order to spy on political rivals. And therefore, this was a violation of the constitution, violating people's money. And therefore, we welcome the fact that today a sanction has been given to prosecute those people who violated the law. Now, the Aam Aadmi Party, if they have nothing to hide, if they have nothing to fear, they should welcome the probe. If they have not done anything wrong, if this was genuinely for vigilance and corruption matters, they should welcome. But the fact that they are squirming already shows that somehow they have realized that all their attempts to create a Gestapo kind of body and to do secret snooping and in order to blackmail or perhaps influence political rivals by using underhanded means is going to be exposed. And therefore, this is a very important development and we should welcome.
All right, Shehzad Poonawalla from the BJP, thank you very much for joining us. So the BJP over there saying that the Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia will have to answer the CBI's investigation. We also have some reactions that are now coming in. Let's play those out.
मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ होम अफेयर्स ने सीबीआई को प्रोसिक्यूशन करने की इजाजत दे दी है। दिल्ली में जो मामला आया था स्नूप गेट या जासूसी का मामला जो सामने आया था, भारतीय जनता पार्टी इसका स्वागत करती है और भारतीय जनता पार्टी निश्चित तौर के ऊपर कई मौकों के ऊपर ये बात उठाती हुई आई थी कि इल्लीगल तरीके से जिस प्रकार से अरविंद केजरीवाल मनीष सिसोदिया ने एक यूनिट बनाया और उसके अंदर कैमरास खरीदे गए और तमाम अफसरों को अपॉइंट किया गया था इल्लीगल तरीके से 2015 के अंदर, और तमाम जो हमारा आरोप था, हमें शक था कि कई मीडिया हाउसेस के, कई राजनीतिकों के, कई अफसरों के इन्होंने जासूसी करवाई। सवाल उठता है, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी, आपने सीक्रेट सर्विस फंड क्यों बनाया था? आपको बहुत सारे सवालों के जवाब देने होंगे। और अब जब होम अफेयर्स ने इसकी प्रोसिक्यूशन की इजाजत दे दी है, तो ये जो जांच की आंच है वो आप तक पहुंचेगी और निश्चित तौर के ऊपर वो दिन दूर नहीं है कि आपको इस मामले को के अंदर आपको जेल भी जाना पड़ सकता है। निश्चित तौर के ऊपर आपने जो इल्लीगल काम किया, ना सिर्फ आपने इल्लीगल बल्कि भ्रष्टाचार भी किया, ये दोनों मामले बनते हैं। जिस प्रकार से आपने जासूसी करवाई और उसके बाद भ्रष्टाचार, सीक्रेट सर्विस फंड के नाम पे जो भ्रष्टाचार किया, वो दिल्ली की जनता के सामने है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी इसका स्वागत करती है।
Well, so trouble essentially mounting for the Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia. There has been permission that's been given by the Ministry of Home Affairs to prosecute him. The CBI is investigating this case. Now, we're of course still awaiting a reaction to come in from the Aam Aadmi Party, but do remember that this could have a direct bearing on what happens in the municipal house today. The house will be meeting once again in an attempt to essentially vote in a new mayor. You are watching Republic TV, and coming up next, after multiple attempts, Delhi is to make a fourth one today to pick its mayor. Political face-off over the Bhiwani murder, protests in Haryana against the Rajasthan government.
Amity faculty have filed over 1,700 patents. Yet another reason why Amity has been conferred with the National Intellectual Property Award by Government of India for being the top Indian academic institution for patents and commercialization.
Chief Minister, you're being accused by the opposition that you are breaking up communal polarization. Chief Minister, you're being... Chief Minister, you're...
இது நடந்துட்டு அப்புறம் இவங்க சின்ன சாமி எடுத்தோடனே செருப்பு எடுத்து கையில காமிச்சிருக்காருக்கா.
I would like to compliment Republic TV especially from yesterday. You have taken it up in a big way, and thanks to Arnab ji also who has brought it to the national attention.
What does the Hanuman with his mace and that tail signify on the tail wing of the HLFT 42? What is that?
It signifies strength.
There has been a lot of controversy about the picture of Hanuman which was present there, which has now been removed now, which shows that the storm is coming as well. The HLFT 42, there was a picture of Lord Hanuman there, creating a lot of controversy. It was in theme with the design of the structure, but why the sudden decision by the HAL to remove it?
No, it was in theme. It has nothing, no specific reasons for putting it over there.
What made them get so defensive and change their mind to the point of erasing the Hanuman logo? You can't remove a logo of a god. The Hanuman logo must be brought back.
Chief Minister, you're being accused by the opposition that you are breaking up communal polarization. Chief Minister, you're being... Chief Minister, you're...
இது நடந்துட்டு அப்புறம் இவங்க சின்ன சாமி எடுத்தோடனே செருப்பு எடுத்து கையில காமிச்சிருக்காருக்கா.
I would like to compliment Republic TV especially from yesterday. You have taken it up in a big way, and thanks to Arnab ji also who has brought it to the national attention.
Well, the Ministry of Home Affairs has given sanction to prosecute the Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia under the Prevention of Corruption Act in the Feedback Unit snooping case in Delhi. The LG VK Saxena had approved the CBI's request for prosecution sanction and forwarded the same to the MHA. Now, the CBI had sought sanction to register an FIR against Sisodia, who heads the Vigilance Department of the Delhi government, under which the Aam Aadmi Party government had in 2015 surreptitiously created the FPU, which the CBI says is an extra-constitutional, extra-judicial intelligence agency to spy over different ministries, opposition political parties, entities and individuals. Now, this snooping unit, with no legislative or judicial oversight, was being run and managed by close aides and advisors of the Chief Minister, Arvind Kejriwal, who reported directly to him. The case also pertains to illegal unaccounted expenditure in the name of the Secret Service Fund allocated to the FPU. Now, of course, reactions still awaited from the Aam Aadmi Party to this. We'll be bringing you all of that when we return after a very short break.
இது நடந்துட்டு அப்புறம் இவங்க சின்ன சாமி எடுத்தோடனே செருப்பு எடுத்து கையில காமிச்சிருக்காருக்கா.
I would like to compliment Republic TV especially from yesterday. You have taken it up in a big way, and thanks to Arnab ji also who has brought it to the national attention.
What does the Hanuman with his mace and that tail signify on the tail wing of the HLFT 42? What is that?
It signifies strength.
There has been a lot of controversy about the picture of Hanuman which was present there, which has now been removed now, which shows that the storm is coming as well. The HLFT 42, there was a picture of Lord Hanuman there, creating a lot of controversy. It was in theme with the design of the structure, but why the sudden decision by the HAL to remove it?
No, it was in theme. It has nothing, no specific reasons for putting it over there.
What made them get so defensive and change their mind to the point of erasing the Hanuman logo? You can't remove a logo of a god. The Hanuman logo must be brought back.
Chief Minister, you're being accused by the opposition that you are breaking up communal polarization. Chief Minister, you're being... Chief Minister, you're...
Look at some international news this morning. A fire broke out at a hotel in Moscow, killing 6 people, including 2 children. According to reports from the Russian ministry, 9 people were injured and 200 people were evacuated from the burning hotel in the city's center. The death toll from flooding and landslides in Brazil's southern state of Sao Paulo has now reached 44 as searches continue for dozens who are still believed to be missing. And it appears to be another setback to Manish Sisodia as the Snoopgate charge hits the AAP.
What does the Hanuman with his mace and that tail signify on the tail wing of the HLFT 42? What is that?
It signifies strength.
There has been a lot of controversy about the picture of Hanuman which was present there, which has now been removed now, which shows that the storm is coming as well. The HLFT 42, there was a picture of Lord Hanuman there, creating a lot of controversy. It was in theme with the design of the structure, but why the sudden decision by the HAL to remove it?
No, it was in theme. It has nothing, no specific reasons for putting it over there.
What made them get so defensive and change their mind to the point of erasing the Hanuman logo? You can't remove a logo of a god. The Hanuman logo must be brought back.
Chief Minister, you're being accused by the opposition that you are breaking up communal polarization. Chief Minister, you're being... Chief Minister, you're...
இது நடந்துட்டு அப்புறம் இவங்க சின்ன சாமி எடுத்த உடனே செருப்பு எடுத்து கையில காமிச்சிருக்காருக்கா.
I would like to compliment Republic TV, especially from yesterday. You have taken it up in a big way, and thanks to Arnabji also, who has brought it to the national attention.
What does the Hanuman with his mace and that tail signify on the tail wing of the HLFT 42? What is that?
It signifies strength.
There has been a lot of controversy about the picture of Hanuman which was present.
Were reportedly taken to hospital after an explosion at a metal factory near Oakwood in Ohio. The explosion and fire occurred at around 3 in the afternoon. The fire department responded to the large fire at the scene and 1 person was confirmed dead in the incident. And South Africa has commemorated Armed Forces Day yesterday as the country continued its Navy drills with Russia and China off the Indian Ocean. Russian and Chinese ships were seen docked at Richards Bay port in South Africa's KwaZulu-Natal province. And still to come, Snoopgate charge hits the Aam Aadmi Party. The MHA gives nod to prosecute Sisodia.
Chief Minister, you're being accused by the opposition that you are breaking up communal polarization. Chief Minister, you're being... Chief Minister, you're...
இது நடந்துட்டு அப்புறம் இவங்க சின்ன சாமி எடுத்த உடனே செருப்பு எடுத்து கையில காமிச்சிருக்காருக்கா.
I would like to compliment Republic TV, especially from yesterday. You have taken it up in a big way, and thanks to Arnabji also, who has brought it to the national attention.
What does the Hanuman with his mace and that tail signify on the tail wing of the HLFT 42? What is that?
It signifies strength.
There has been a lot of controversy about the picture of Hanuman which was present there, which has now been removed now, which shows that the storm is coming as well. The HLFT 42, there was a picture of Lord Hanuman there, creating a lot of controversy. It was in theme with the design of the structure, but why the sudden decision by the HAL to remove it?
No, it was in theme. It has nothing, no specific reasons for putting it over there.
What made them get so defensive and change their mind to the point of erasing the Hanuman logo? You can't remove a logo of a god. The Hanuman logo must be brought back.
Chief Minister, you're being accused by the opposition that you are breaking up communal polarization. Chief Minister, you're being... Chief Minister, you're...
இது நடந்துட்டு அப்புறம் இவங்க சின்ன சாமி எடுத்த உடனே செருப்பு எடுத்து கை
Hello and welcome. It's 9 a.m. by the clock. I'm Rukma with you, and this is today's first edition of Live and Breaking, for all the breaking developments that are coming in. As there's been a fresh development as far as Snoopgate allegations against the Aam Aadmi Party are concerned. We'll be going deep into that as well as other top stories from across India and the world. So let's begin with the headlines. Massive setback for Kejriwal's deputy. MHA gives nod to prosecute Sisodia. Delhi Snoopgate explodes. BJP ramps up attack against Kejriwal and company. After multiple attempts, Delhi to make a fourth one today to pick its mayor. Supreme Court to hear Uddhav Thackeray's plea against Election Commission today. And reports suggest Xi Jinping likely to visit Moscow, meeting with Putin on the cards. And the top story that we are tracking right now and focusing on, after 3 failed attempts by the Municipal Corporation of Delhi, voting for the posts of mayor and deputy mayor of the national capital will take place today.
in the national capital in MCD House following a Supreme Court order. The election to the posts of Mayor, Deputy Mayor and 6 members of the Standing Committee will be held today after Delhi Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena gave his nod to convene the Municipal House. It's the 4th such attempt. On your screens, viewers, are the numbers. Let's listen in to Aam Aadmi Party leader Sanjay Singh speak on the matter.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट का आदेश भी भाजपा ही नहीं मानेंगे तो फिर आदमी कहाँ जाएगा ये सोचना पड़ेगा। मुझे तो लगता है कि कल चुनाव संपन्न हो जाना चाहिए।
क्योंकि उन्होंने कह दिया कि जो नॉमिनेटेड मेंबर है वो वोटिंग नहीं करेंगे।
हाँ, बिल्कुल साफ, नॉमिनेटेड मेंबर वोटिंग नहीं करेंगे। ये भी साफ हो गया कि मेयर के अलावा कोई चुनाव पीठासीन अधिकारी नहीं करा सकती।
Well, viewers, so it's been a tussle for nearly 2 months and a Supreme Court order later. Will Delhi finally get its mayor? To tell us about it is my colleague on the ground, Piyush Mishra, who's joining us. Piyush, it's over to you to tell us about how the numbers are stacking up, how the number figures are looking. The Aam Aadmi Party says it has it all in the bag, and it clearly seems so. But the BJP also saying that all is not over yet. It's over to you for a full ground report.
Well, certainly BJP is saying that it is not over yet, and they are still hopeful that they would have a mayor and deputy mayor post in their kitty. Why? Because BJP believes that many of the corporators of Aam Aadmi Party are going to vote for the BJP candidate. Now, let us tell to our viewers the current situation there in the House. BJP has got 104 corporators. Aam Aadmi Party has 134 corporators, and the voting will begin today at 11 a.m. But before that, what Sanjay Singh is saying that after the Supreme Court's order today, most likely mayor elections will take place. In fact, he's also saying that now aldermen cannot vote, which is certainly telling us that today it is somewhere it's going to be a problem for BJP. But we'll have to see as to how the BJP is going to manage that too. In the last 3 sittings, we have seen how massive ruckus has taken place. On the very first day when the House was convened, on that very day, the ruckus took place because Aam Aadmi Party leaders had raised objections as to why aldermen were allowed to take the oath first. On the next sitting, we saw as to how initially in few hours we saw it was smooth functioning, but later on ruckus started. And in the last sitting, again ruckus took place because aldermen were allowed to vote for the mayor elections. At that time, Aam Aadmi Party raised objections, and then they moved to Supreme Court. Supreme Court, after listening to the plea of Aam Aadmi Party, has now ordered to hold the mayor elections, and LG has given the date of today at around 11 a.m. the elections will take place. Though Aam Aadmi Party has 134 in its kitty, BJP is saying that there are many Aam Aadmi Party councillors who are very much ready to vote for BJP candidate. We'll have to see as to how the things are going to take place there inside the House. BJP has 104 corporators in its hand. Now let us tell to our viewers how the calculation mathematics take place when voting begins during the mayor elections. Irrespective of the party you belong to, a councillor can vote for any candidate he or she likes, and there is no anti-defection law which is applicable on these councillors when they vote for the mayor candidates. Though Aam Aadmi Party has 134 in its kitty, and if all the corporators of Aam Aadmi Party vote for the Aam Aadmi Party's candidate, then it will be an easy win for Aam Aadmi Party. But if few of the Aam Aadmi Party corporators decide to go and switch their side and vote for BJP candidate, then it would be a problematic for Aam Aadmi Party, as it is very crucial mayor elections. Why the mathematics is important? Because the 9 corporators of Congress Party have decided to boycott this, so it would somewhere benefit BJP if few of the Aam Aadmi Party corporators decide to vote for BJP candidate. What BJP is saying that it is very much confident of this entire equation. Now let us tell to our viewers as to how the standing committee members elections will take place. After the elections of mayor and deputy mayor, the mayor and deputy mayor will hold the elections of standing committee members of Civic House, and that would also take place on the number of candidates those are there in the kitty of BJP or with the Aam Aadmi Party. We'll have to wait and watch as to how the elections are going to take place today, but most likely today Delhi will get its mayor after the ruckus which has taken place in the last 3 sittings of Delhi Civic House.
Right, Piyush, many thanks for joining us there and for breaking it down for us as the crucial mayoral elections. Finally, Delhiites can expect to get a mayor. Many thanks, Piyush, once again. Let's move on now to other top stories. Indian tennis great Sania Mirza brought the curtains down on her glorious career with a defeat, sadly, in the first round match at the WTA Dubai Duty-Free Championships on Tuesday.
On Tuesday, Indian tennis great Sania Mirza brought the curtains down to her glorious career with a defeat in the first round match at the WTA Dubai Duty-Free Championships.
It's like life came a full circle with Australia and Dubai, and to come back and finish here has been amazing, you know, because this is where it kind of all started for me in 2005. And yeah, I just feel a lot of gratitude. I feel really grateful for the career I've had and for the life I've had, been able to live through tennis and all the experiences I've had. Well, I mean, I've been having to push my body and even mentally myself for a long time. And I felt that last year, at the beginning of the year, that I had one more year of solid tennis left in me, and it's very important for me to stop playing when I'm still playing well. You know, not many people will call it when they're still, 25 in the world, but it's just something for me, the kind of the amount and the kind of work that goes into staying at this level. I'm just not ready for it anymore. It's been a long time. It's been 20 years of this, and I have my little boy now, and I feel, I feel that it's time to look to different things in life as well, and that's the amazing part about being an athlete, because you're still young enough to start something totally new after finishing an entire career of 30 years. So that's why. I mean, there's no other, it's not like I slept on it and I was like, I woke up one day and I said I'm going to retire tomorrow. But it's definitely been on my mind for a while, and there would be no better place to stop for me than Dubai.
A fairy tale ending was not there, but Sania Mirza bows out of international tennis after achieving unprecedented success and setting a high benchmark for the next generation. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
And we're getting you breaking news now. A lead in the NIA crackdown on gangster terror funding. NIA has detained Akali leader among 3 from Punjab. The NIA has detained 3 persons, including Akali leader Lakhvir Singh from Punjab, for questioning. Weapons have also been seized from Akali leader Lakhvir Singh. Gurmeet Singh from Lambi and Harpreet Sharma from Moga have also been detained by the NIA during raids. The NIA has raided 76 locations in 8 states, recovering 2.3 crore rupees in cash along with arms and ammunition. It's a crackdown that's aimed at breaking the gangster terrorist network as well as a crackdown on narco terror in Punjab in particular, as well as many other states. Yesterday was the 4th round of searches, and to take us through what's happening in this latest shall we say, action of the NIA is my colleague Amandeep. Amandeep, it's over to you. Well, we are hearing about 3 major arrests by the NIA. Tell us more.
Well, absolutely, Rukman. 3 persons have been detained during the search and the raids of NIA yesterday. This is the crackdown against the gangster terror funding case, and even 3 persons are very prominent from Punjab itself. One is the Akali leaders, who is having a close association with Akali and even remain in the transport union post also when the Akali was in power. And in fact, Lakhbir Singh is the one whose house has been raided in Gidarbaha, and later by the evening he has been detained after the weapons was recovered from his residence. And second person is Harpreet Sharma. He's basically from Moga and having a close associate of Lakhvinder Singh Landa, just because Landa is also basically belongs to Moga. And in fact, NIA has recovered SIM cards from his possession, and those SIMs and the mobiles have been seized by the NIA NIA team, and further Harpreet Sharma has also been detained for the questioning to verify the links with the gangsters or the terror funding cases. And the third person is another Gurmeet Singh. He is basically from Lambi, another person from the Bathinda constituency, and in fact he certain SIM cards and mobile phones has also been seized from his possession. And now the police is verifying the role of all these three, if they are having any kind of connection with this terror funding case with the gangsters, and in fact if they are having any kind of links with the cross-border terrorist, or they are having any kind of link with the local gangsters who are carrying out certain kind of incidents on the Punjab ground. And in fact so far, Rukma, they have detained, they have not formally arrested, and NIA initially questioned them at their places, but later on when they were not satisfied, they have taken them into the custody and detained them. They all three are now in Delhi. The senior NIA officials are questioning them. They are verifying their role. Either they are having direct involvement, indirect involvement, or any kind of connection with these gangsters or the terrorist or this gangster terror funding case. And this is a big development and a major setback to the Akali party also, just because their leader has been detained by the NIA in terror funding case. Yes, Rukma.
Well, a major setback for the Akali party as the NIA takes three into custody, and well, very important close associates and aides. This is related to the NIA crackdown on gangsters who are involved in narco terror and other crimes in Punjab. Many thanks, Amandeep, for joining us there. Let's move on now to some international news that we're getting you. A fire broke out in a hotel in Moscow, killing 6 people, including 2 children, according to reports from the Russian ministry. 9 people were injured and 200 were evacuated from the burning hotel in the city center. The death toll from flooding and landslides in Brazil's southern state of Sao Paulo has touched 44 as searches continued for dozens who are still missing. Thirteen people were reportedly taken to hospitals after an explosion at a metal factory near Oakwood in Ohio. The explosion and fire occurred around 3 p.m. Several fire departments responded to a large fire at the scene. 1 person was confirmed dead at the scene. South Africa commemorates Armed Forces Day as the country continues Navy drills with Russia and China off the Indian Ocean. Russian and Chinese ships were seen docked at Richards Bay Port in South Africa's KwaZulu-Natal province. A year into Russia's war in Ukraine, hundreds of attacks against the healthcare system have begun to take a toll. Reports state that more than 700 attacks have targeted healthcare facilities and staff since the February 24, 2022 Russian invasion. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky on Tuesday criticized former Italian Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi for allegedly pro-Russian comments. Polish President Andrzej Duda has called for solidarity with Ukraine on Tuesday, thanking the United States and the NATO countries that support Ukraine. President Joe Biden, returning on Tuesday to the Polish castle where he spoke shortly after the Russian invasion of Ukraine last year, said that Ukraine will have backing from the US and its allies as the war enters its second year. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni arrives in Kyiv on Tuesday as a show of Italy's continued support for Ukraine ahead of the anniversary of Russia's invasion. A change over to redesigned currency has plunged Africa's largest economy into crisis just ahead of a presidential election. Nigerians were seen waiting in long queues just to access ATMs as the savings of millions remain trapped in banks. And breaking news of another face-off coming in from down south in Karnataka. A row has broken out over the naming of a circle in Yadgir district. Supporters of Tipu Sultan had named the circle after him. Now, pro-Hindu organizations are demanding that the circle should be renamed after Veer Savarkar. The town municipal council has also decided that the circle should be renamed after Veer Savarkar, and it's illegal that the circle has been named after Tipu because there are no official records with this. Supporters of Tipu Sultan are adamant that the circle should not be renamed and Tipu's posters and name should not be taken off. So this another major controversy over Tipu once again. And joining me is my colleague Prajwal to take us through this latest breaking news. Prajwal, a very good morning to you. Another controversy surrounding Tipu Sultan once again. We have supporters saying that, of Veer Savarkar on one side and Tipu Sultan on the other. Give us all the details.
Good morning, Rukma. First and foremost, now looking at Yadgir district, this particular circle has a long history, and this face-off has started off since 1996. And initially, what happened was that in 1996, this particular circle was called as Abdul Kalam Azad, Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad Circle. But in 2010, some of them took independent decisions and renamed it as Tipu Sultan Circle. And even in 2018 and 2019 as well, pro-Hindu organizations have demanded that Tipu Sultan's name should be taken out over here, because initially in 1996, it was named after Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad as well. And therefore, a lot of ruckus had also broken out, and there were no sort of official documents about the renaming of this circle after Tipu Sultan. Therefore, now, pro-Kannada organizations also got onto the street. They approached the municipal council, and the members of the municipal council have also gone through the documents as well as the history of this particular circle as well. And now they have come to a point stating it was never named legally in a manner called as Tipu Sultan Circle, and there was no sort of notice which was issued or a terao which was passed, that is a verbal agreement between all the members of the municipality. So therefore now the president of the town municipal council too has voiced out his opinion and has stated that it should be renamed after Veer Damodar Savarkar, because he was a freedom fighter as well. And now the pro-Hindu organizations are demanding that if the town municipality, if the town municipality does not take any sort of action, then they will have to make sure that they remove the flexes in Yadgir as well. And therefore, there seems to be a sort of tension prevailing in Yadgir district ahead of this move as well. But as of now, the town municipal council, the members of the town municipal council have clearly gone on and stated that as of now, they should wait, the pro-Hindu organizations should wait, and they will take everybody into confidence, that is both the parties over here, and also that they are in favor of renaming the circle as Veer Damodar Savarkar, and they have already put in a presentation before the government to go on and change the name of this circle, Rukma.
Right, Prajwal, thank you so much for breaking that for us and breaking that down for us, and for telling us about all the latest updates in this regard. You keep your eyes on that story. We'll be back with you throughout the day for more. So it's another demand to rename the Yadgir Circle, this time in Karnataka, after Tipu Sultan. It's been renamed after Tipu Sultan after a series of other names that it had. And now there is a demand for it to be renamed after Veer Damodar Savarkar. Well, Prajwal, they're giving us all the details about how that argument is going on. But it's time now for a short break with more news up ahead. Coming up in a short while, Delhi Snoop Gate explodes. BJP ramps up attack against Kejriwal and company. Supreme Court to hear Uddhav Thackeray's plea against Election Commission today.
Amity faculty have filed over 1,700 patents. Yet another reason why Amity has been conferred with the National Intellectual Property Award by Government of India for being the top Indian academic institution for patents and commercialization.
நடந்துட்டு அப்புறம் இவங்க சின்ன சாமி எடுத்தோடனே செருப்பு எடுத்து கையில காமிச்சிருக்காருக்கா.
I would like to compliment Republic TV, especially from yesterday. You have taken it up in a big way, and thanks to Arnab ji also, who has brought it to the national attention.
What does the Hanuman with his mace and that tail signify on the tail wing of the HLFT 42? What is that?
It signifies strength.
There has been a lot of controversy about the picture of Hanuman which was present there, which has now been removed now, which shows that the storm is coming as well. The HLFT 42, there was a picture of Lord Hanuman there, creating a lot of controversy. It was in theme with the design of the structure, but why the sudden decision by the HAL to remove it?
No, it was in theme. It has nothing, no specific reasons for putting it over there.
What made them get so defensive and change their mind to the point of erasing the Hanuman logo? You can't remove a logo of a god. The Hanuman logo must be brought back.
Chief Minister, you're being accused by the opposition that you are breaking up communal polarization. Chief Minister, you are being... Chief Minister, you are...
இது நடந்துட்டு அப்புறம் இவங்க சின்ன சாமி எடுத்தோடனே செருப்பு எடுத்து கையில காமிச்சிருக்காருக்கா.
I would like to compliment Republic TV, especially from yesterday. You have taken it up in a big way, and thanks to Arnab ji also, who has brought it to the national attention.
What does the Hanuman with his mace and that tail signify on the tail wing of the HLFT 42? What is that?
It signifies strength.
There has been a lot of controversy about the picture of Hanuman which was present there, which has now been removed now, which shows that
Welcome back. You're watching Live and Breaking, and in other news that we are bringing you now, England outplayed Pakistan by 114 runs in a dead rubber of the Women's T20 World Cup on Tuesday, with England already qualifying for the semi-finals as table toppers along with second-placed India. The game was a lot about fine-tuning their preparations for the knockout game on Friday.
England trashed Pakistan in T20 World Cup on Tuesday. England smashed the highest score in the history of the Women's T20 World Cup. And they won by the biggest margin ever seen at the tournament, hammering Pakistan by 114 runs. The England's batter warmed up for the knockout stages with a thrilling display, smashing Pakistan's attack to all the corners of Newlands as they reached 213 by 5 in the 20 overs. And the reply never really got going as Pakistan ended the tournament in a disappointing fashion, managing to avoid being bowled out, but finishing on 99 by 9. England had rung a change to their playing 11, leaving out Lauren Bell for Freya Davis to set up a possible showdown between Davis and, under pressure, Catherine Skeever-Brunt for semi-final selection. Pakistan did well to avoid being bowled all out, ensuring that the innings went all the way through its 20 overs, with number 9 Tuba Hussain top scoring with 28. England were restless with the bat, notching up the highest ever score in the tournament's history. But a stumping of the final ball of the innings saw Pakistan finish on 99 by 9, meaning a 104-run loss, the greatest margin of defeat in Women's T20 World Cup history. Agency report, Republic TV.
And in other news that's coming up, reports suggest Xi Jinping likely to visit Moscow, meeting with Putin on the cards. Also coming up, Supreme Court to hear Uddhav Thackeray's plea against Election Commission today.
What does the Hanuman with his mace and that tail signify on the tail wing of the HLFT 42? What is that?
It signifies strength.
There has been a lot of controversy about the picture of Hanuman which was present there, which has now been removed now, which shows that the storm is coming as well. The HLFT 42, there was a picture of Lord Hanuman there, creating a lot of controversy. It was in theme with the design of the structure, but why the sudden decision by the HAL to remove it?
No, it was in theme. It has nothing, no specific reasons for putting it over there.
What made them get so defensive and change their mind to the point of erasing the Hanuman logo? You can't remove a logo of a god. The Hanuman logo must be brought back.
Chief Minister, you're being accused by the opposition that you are breaking up communal polarization. Chief Minister, you are being... Chief Minister, you are...
இது நடந்துட்டு அப்புறம் இவங்க சின்ன சாமி எடுத்தோடனே செருப்பு எடுத்து கையில காமிச்சிருக்காருக்கா.
I would like to compliment Republic TV, especially from yesterday. You have taken it up in a big way, and thanks to Arnab ji also, who has brought it to the national attention.
What does the Hanuman with his mace and that tail signify on the tail wing of the HLFT 42? What is that?
It signifies strength.
There has been a lot of controversy about the picture of Hanuman which was present there, which has now been removed now, which shows that the storm is coming as well. The HLFT 42, there was a picture of Lord Hanuman there, creating a lot of controversy. It was in theme with the design of the structure, but why the sudden decision by the HAL to remove it?
No, it was in theme. It has nothing, no specific reasons for putting it over there.
What made them get so defensive and change their mind to the point of erasing the Hanuman logo? You can't remove a logo of a god. The Hanuman logo must be brought back.
A very good morning. Thanks you for tuning in to this edition of Live and Breaking. I'm Samiksha Srivastava. Let's get started with the top headlines this Wednesday morning. Massive setback for Kejriwal's deputy. MHA gives nod to Prosecute Sisodia. Delhi Snoopgate explodes. BJP ramps up attack against Kejriwal and other AAP workers. After multiple attempts, Delhi to make a fourth one day to pick its mayor. Supreme Court to hear Uddhav Thackeray's plea against Election Commission today. And reports suggest Xi Jinping likely to visit Moscow, meeting with Putin on the cards. All right, we start with the news break coming in. Republic has accessed the affidavit that's been filed by the NI in a bail plea that's been filed by Gautam Navlakha in the Bombay High Court. In this affidavit that we've accessed, the NI has said that Gautam Navlakha was introduced to a Pakistan ISI general for his recruitment. The documents have been seized from Gautam Navlakha that connected to the formation of the CPIM, indicating his deep involvement in the activities of the banned outfit. In fact, this affidavit further mentions that Gautam Navlakha had visited USA thrice to address Kashmiri American Council conference organized by Ghulam Nabi 5. We have Alisha getting us that news break. Alisha, take us to this affidavit that we have been able to access of the NI.
Well, yes, Amisha, it's in a Bhima Koregaon case where the activist Gautam Navlakha, who has filed a bail application before the Bombay High Court. But here is the National Investigation Agency who has filed a reply in the same affidavit filed by Gautam Navlakha, mentioning a very crucial information during the course of investigation where NI has said that Gautam Navlakha was introduced to a Pakistan Inter-Services Intelligence General for his recruitment, which shows his nexus to the organization. Not only this, but NI has stated that the activists had delivered speeches at different forum on issues related to Kashmir separatist movement and the Maoist movement. Not only this, but they have already seized some documents from Navlakha which were connected to the formation of Communist Party of India, Maoist, indicating his deep involvement in the activity. NI has also stated that Navlakha was attempting to trivialize the act done by him, which was serious in nature. What has exactly been mentioned in the affidavit is that Gautam Navlakha is trying to portray his criminal activity as a work for human rights, but the fact remains that there should be a clear distinction between preaching and committing offense itself. And also, the act that is being committed by Navlakha had a direct impact on the unity, integrity and sovereignty of India. So such crucial information that has been shared by National Investigation Agency while in a bail plea that was filed by Gautam Navlakha, and now the bail plea is also going to be heard on 27th of February by the Bombay High Court.
Alisha, just a follow-up question before we let you go. We are also given to understand that Navlakha had written a letter to a US judge trying the case for clemency as well, and that he was introduced to a Pakistan ISI general for his recruitment. Take us through those details as well.
Well, yes, Samiksha, it is something has been mentioned in the affidavit, the reply that has been filed by the National Investigation Agency. While talking about his connection, yes, it is mentioned that he was introduced to a Pakistan ISI general for his recruitment, which shows his nexus to the organization. Not only this, but it's also mentioned that Navlakha had visited USA thrice to address Kashmiri American Council conference organized by Ghulam Nabi 5, who was arrested by the FBI in July 2011 for accepting a fund from ISI and Pakistan government. So here it is NI clearly mentioning and giving it the clarification over the connection of Gautam Navlakha with Pakistan, and there are some documents which has clearly giving an evident how Gautam Navlakha was involved in all the issues that has been related to the Kashmir separatist movement and the Maoist movement.
All right, Alisha, thank you for taking us through all those details. So that's, of course, the latest coming in. The affidavit that we've been able to access filed by the NI in a bail plea that was filed by Gautam Navlakha in the Bombay High Court, where the NI have stated that Gautam Navlakha was introduced to a Pakistan ISI general for his recruitment. He'd even written to a US judge where he tried the case for granting of pardon and was introduced then to a Pakistan ISI general for his recruitment as well. And moving on to the other big story that came in this morning, the Ministry of Home Affairs has given sanction to prosecute the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Manish Sisodia, under the Prevention of Corruption Act in the feedback unit snooping case in the national capital. We're given to understand that LG VK Saxena had approved the CBI's request for prosecution sanction and even forwarded the same to the MHA. So MHA having given the nod to prosecute Manish Sisodia in the snooping case. The CBI had even sought a sanction to register FIR against Sisodia, who heads the Vigilance Department of the Delhi government. Anuj is joining us live from the national capital. Anuj, once again, if you could take us through what this exactly means for Manish Sisodia and what are the options when it comes to recourse for the Deputy Chief Minister.
Well, exactly. Let me tell you that this is regarding the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, that's Manish Sisodia, who is also the head of the Vigilance Department. Let me tell you, if we talk about this particular story, then this is about the feedback unit which was constituted by Manish Sisodia. That is something what has been alleged. On the other hand, the snooping charges are there. So CBI has given a request to the LG earlier, and LG has put in the same in front of the MHA. Now MHA has given the green signal to the agency. So this is going to be more trouble for Aam Aadmi Party and the Deputy Chief Minister himself, who is also been alleged and been accused in the liquor case. So this is going to be the more trouble for Aam Aadmi Party and the Deputy Chief Minister, that's Manish Sisodia. When we are talking about this, then we have seen the political ramification of the same. Earlier also, this was the BJP who was protesting on the roads. This was BJP who has raised this particular issue, whereas they have been stating it clearly that this is about the snooping, this is about the security, this is about the things which is being held by Bharatiya Janata Party, or rather, I beg your pardon, the agencies and the ministries. So this is all which is including in the snooping, if we talk about the allegation which has been made in by Bharatiya Janata Party. On the other hand, this is about the investigation also, because CBI is now going to do the investigation. The dots will be connected. They are going to look deep into the investigation, that who all were the part of this feedback unit, what exactly was the motive of this feedback unit, what was the snooping that has been done by this feedback unit, who all are the people who are involved, who all are the people who have been tracked. So this is all going to be the part of investigation. Now, as the Ministry of Home Affairs has already given the green signal, so this is to wait and watch what exactly is going to happen next. Is CBI is going to file the FIR also, and FIR will be filed, then the investigation will be taken ahead, and this is going to be the connection of the dots, that who all are involved in this particular feedback unit. Yes, back to you.
Yes, Anuj, stay with us. In fact, a reaction that is coming from BJP's Harish Khurana on MHA having given the nod to prosecute the Delhi Deputy Chief Minister.
खबर है कि मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ होम अफेयर्स ने सीबीआई को प्रोसिक्यूशन करने की इजाजत दे दी है। दिल्ली में जो मामला आया था, स्नूप गेट या जासूसी का मामला जो सामने आया था, भारतीय जनता पार्टी इसका स्वागत करती है। और भारतीय जनता पार्टी निश्चित तौर के ऊपर कई मौकों के ऊपर ये बात उठाती हुई आई थी कि इल्लीगल तरीके से जिस प्रकार से अरविंद केजरीवाल, मनीष सिसोदिया ने एक यूनिट बनाया और उसके अंदर कैमरास खरीदे गए और तमाम अफसरों को अपॉइंट किया गया था इल्लीगल तरीके से 2015 के अंदर, और तमाम जो हमारा आरोप था, हमें शक था कि कई मीडिया हाउसेस के, कई राजनीतिकों के, कई अफसरों के इन्होंने जासूसी करवाई। सवाल उठता है, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी, आपने सीक्रेट सर्विस फंड क्यों बनाया था? आपको बहुत सारे सवालों के जवाब देने होंगे। और अब जब होम अफेयर्स ने इसकी प्रोसिक्यूशन की इजाजत दे दी है, तो ये जो जांच की आंच है वो आप तक पहुंचेगी, और निश्चित तौर के ऊपर वो दिन दूर नहीं है कि आपको इस मामले को के अंदर आपको जेल भी जाना पड़ सकता है। निश्चित तौर के ऊपर आपने जो इल्लीगल काम किया, ना सिर्फ आपने इल्लीगल बल्कि भ्रष्टाचार भी किया, ये दोनों मामले बनते हैं। जिस प्रकार से आपने जासूसी करवाई और उसके बाद भ्रष्टाचार, सीक्रेट सर्विस फंड के नाम पे जो भ्रष्टाचार किया, वो दिल्ली की जनता के सामने है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी इसका स्वागत करती है।
Senior leaders. Anuj, of course, continues to be with us. Anuj, we just heard that reaction coming from the BJP. Explosive charges they're being made. Any reaction that is coming from the Aam Aadmi Party as of yet?
Well, as of till now, there is no reaction from the Aam Aadmi Party that what exactly they have to say about the same. But I do remember when last time I spoke to Sanjay Singh about this particular story, when we asked Sanjay Singh, the Aam Aadmi Party Rajya Sabha member and the senior leader, then he stated, why aren't you putting everyone in the jail? He questioned CBI, he questioned ED, and again call it a political vendetta. That was the line which was taken by Aam Aadmi Party earlier also. This is to see, wait and watch whether exactly what they are going to come up with. But this is the line which is expected, because Aam Aadmi Party continuously calling it a political vendetta. We have been told that this is expected, that Aam Aadmi Party is expected rather to react on the story, that what exactly they will have to say about this permission which has been given by MHA. But yes, the line which is expected is same, that this is going to be the witch hunt, this is going to be the political vendetta. This is the line which has been taken earlier also by Aam Aadmi Party. On the other hand, this is Manish Sisodia, also the Deputy Chief Minister, who will, if react on the same, then we are waiting that whether he is going to come out and he is going to say anything about this feedback unit. But till now, there is no reaction from Aam Aadmi Party.
All right, Anuj, we leave it at that. Thank you for taking us through all those details. So, of course, remains to be seen the response that comes in from the Aam Aadmi Party. But for now, the MHA having given its nod for prosecution of the Delhi Deputy Chief Minister. But for now, to another news break coming in, this one of an emergency landing that's been made by an Air India aircraft flight. Now, this is the Air India US to Delhi flight 106 with nearly 300 passengers that had to make an emergency landing at Sweden's Stockholm airport after it developed a technical snag. We're given to understand that all passengers are safe after that emergency landing had to take place. Meanwhile, a large number of fire engines were also stationed at the airport at the time of the emergency landing. Madhurima getting us that news break. Madhurima, if you could give us a status check, are the passengers still there, or has it taken off to the destination?
Well, Samiksha, post the emergency landing that happened and it involved 300 passengers, a proper check of by the engineering department and the other required departments will be conducted, and after a thorough screening only when this particular flight AI-106 that was supposed to take 300 passengers will only be allowed to fly. It's a very detailed process. It might take a couple of hours to comb out what was the technical glitch, what caused this kind of emergency. And after making sure that the piece of machinery is up to date, then only this particular flight will be allowed to take off. What we have been given to understand that there has been no injury to any passengers, or passengers are safe, and the Air India is yet to issue a formal statement as to what was the cause and what will be the proceedings from now on to take care of these 300 passengers and, of course, their travel needs as well.
All right, Madhurima, thank you for taking us through those details. An emergency landing that had to be made by an Air India flight. 300 passengers were on board. We are given to understand that all passengers are safe, but still awaiting that statement to come in from Air India.
South Africa beat Bangladesh by 10 wickets in the second match of a doubleheader. On a cool Tuesday night, returning to Newlands for the first time since that defeat, South Africa restricted Bangladesh to 113 for 6 despite a nervy performance in the field, and then reached their target with 13 balls to spare. In reply, Bangladesh started well and kept the pressure on a nervous opening duo of Laura Bolbart and Tasman Briggs. But Bangladesh eventually ended on 113 for 6 in their 20 overs despite many fielding errors and lapses from the hosts South Africa. The win takes South Africa to the semi-finals, where they will meet England, while defending champions Australia will face India in other semi. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
All right, we slip into a very short break for now, but do not go anywhere. Top stories and news breaks to continue on the other side of this very short break. And reports suggest Xi Jinping likely to visit Moscow, meeting with Putin on the cards. Supreme Court to hear Uddhav Thackeray's plea against Election Commission today.
Chief Minister, you're being accused by the opposition that you are breaking up communal polarization. Chief Minister, you are being... Chief Minister, you are...
இது நடந்துட்டு அப்புறம் இவங்க சின்ன சாமி எடுத்தோடனே செருப்பு எடுத்து கையில காமிச்சிருக்காருக்கா.
I would like to compliment Republic TV, especially from yesterday. You have taken it up in a big way, and thanks to Arnab ji also, who has brought it to the national attention.
What does the Hanuman with his mace and that tail signify on the tail wing of the HLFT 42? What is that?
It signifies strength.
There has been a lot of controversy about the picture of Hanuman which was present there, which has now been removed now, which shows that the storm is coming as well. The HLFT 42, there was a picture of Lord Hanuman there, creating a lot of controversy. It was in theme with the design of the structure, but why the sudden decision by the HAL to remove it?
No, it was in theme. It has nothing, no specific reasons for putting it over there.
What made them get so defensive and change their mind to the point of erasing the Hanuman logo? You can't remove a logo of a god. The Hanuman logo must be brought back.
Chief Minister, you're being accused by the opposition that you are breaking up communal polarization. Chief Minister, you are being... Chief Minister, you are...
இது நடந்துட்டு அப்புறம் இவங்க சின்ன சாமி எடுத்தோடனே செருப்பு எடுத்து கையில காமிச்சிருக்காருக்கா.
I would like to compliment Republic TV.
News in brief, Delhi to get a mayor today after 3 failed attempts at election. While numbers indicate that the ruling Aam Aadmi Party has the post in the bag, the BJP has indicated that last-minute surprise is likely. The Ministry of Home Affairs, meanwhile, has given sanction to prosecute Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia under the Prevention of Corruption Act in the feedback unit snooping case in Delhi. LG VK Saxena had approved the CBI's request for prosecution sanction and forwarded the same to the MHA. Meanwhile, the CBI had sought sanction to register FIR against Manish Sisodia under the created FPU. Supreme Court to hear Uddhav Thackeray's plea against EC's ruling on how bow and arrow symbol on the bow and arrow symbol today at 3:30 p.m. Supreme Court had earlier denied urgent hearing of the plea. NIA detained 3 persons, including Akali leader Lakhveer Singh from Punjab, for questioning. According to police officials, weapons were seized from Akali leader. Meanwhile, Gurneet Singh from Lambi and Harpreet Sharma from Moga also have been detained by the NIA during the raids. A massive fire broke out in the slums of Kamla Nagar area of Mumbai during wee hours on Wednesday. According to officials, 10 fire tenders have reached the spot and are carried and helped in carrying out the rescue operation. Meanwhile, FIR has been filed against the Punjab BJP leader Harjeet Singh Grewal in Punjab's Rajpura for allegedly using objectionable words against women. The VHP has called for a Hindu Mahapanchayat in the Muslim majority region in Nuh district of Haryana today. This to protest against the alleged fake charges framed by Rajasthan government. JP Nadda would be launching a book, Modi Shaping a Global Order in Flux, today at 11:30 a.m. at Sushma Swaraj Bhavan, Janakyapuri, New Delhi. Former Rajasthan Minister and BJP leader Gulab Chand Kataria will be sworn in as Assam Governor today. The Raj Bhavan accorded a warm and traditional welcome to Assam Governor designate Gulab Chand Kataria on his arrival at the Raj Bhavan on Tuesday. Meanwhile, TDP chief Chandrababu Naidu visited the residence of TDP leader who was sent by the court in Gannavaram to 14-day remand in a case related to clashes on 20th of February. All right. Getting in the first response of Manish Sisodia after MHA's not to prosecute the Delhi Deputy Chief Minister. Manish Sisodia, who's taken to Twitter, where he says, and I quote, "Making false cases against your rivals is a sign of weak and cowardly person. As the Aam Aadmi Party grows, many more cases will be filed against her." So that's the first response coming in from Manish Sisodia on the MHA sanction against him to prosecute Manish Sisodia in a snooping case. The Aam Aadmi Party leader there crying foul, saying that it is an attempt by the BJP to target the Aam Aadmi Party, and that as the Aam Aadmi Party grows, many more cases would be filed against the party. So that's the claim there being made by the Aam Aadmi Party after MHA's nod to prosecute Manish Sisodia. All right, Anuj is also joining us live right now. Anuj, the reaction is very much on the expected lines. Manish Sisodia crying foul and saying that in the days to come, more cases would be filed against the Aam Aadmi Party.
Well, that's the repetition of the same what we have seen earlier. When we are talking about the liquor policy, when it happened, then this was the line which was taken by Aam Aadmi Party Supremo, Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia himself. Now, again, the repetition of the same is clearly seen, because this is something what is being stated in his tweet. Manish Sisodia has tweeted and he is mentioning it that they are going to file more cases on us. This is something what was the line which was taken earlier also. But let me tell you, this is about the agency. The CBI is looking into the matter. This is about the feedback unit. The LG has taken the cognizance, whereas this was given to Ministry of Home Affairs, and finally the Ministry of Home Affairs has given the green signal. And this is about the investigation now. No one has proved till now that Manish Sisodia is guilty. The feedback unit has done anything wrong. But this is something what the allegation is. So this is all what is going to come out after the investigation. But yes, Aam Aadmi Party is coming out with the same line. The Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia is coming out with the same line, again calling it a political vendetta, again calling it a witch hunt, and saying that they are going to file more cases on us. So this is to see, wait and watch what exactly will be coming out from the CBI now, how the investigation will be taken ahead, what exactly are going to be the points, the dots which will be connected by the agency to look deep into the matter. But the MHA has given the green signal, and the line and the reaction is coming out as it was expected, that Aam Aadmi Party is again calling it a political vendetta, again saying that the stronger we are getting, they are going to file.
Anuj, I'm sorry, I'll have to interrupt you there. In fact, on that note, a reaction that is also coming in, a soundbite from Aam Aadmi Party leader Saurabh Bharadwaj. Let's listen in.
देखिए, अपने प्रतिद्वंदियों को झूठों केस में फंसाना जो है, ये हारे हुए और डरे हुए लोगों का काम होता है। अब जैसे जैसे आम आदमी पार्टी आगे बढ़ेगी, इस तरीके के और केस जो है, झूठे केस हम पे लगाए जाएंगे। ये केस बिल्कुल झूठा है। मुझे लगता है कि ये सिर्फ आम आदमी पार्टी और मनीष जी के पीछे पड़े हुए हैं। अदानी, जिन्होंने लाखों करोड़ों रुपए का गबन किया, हज़ारों करोड़ रुपए का काला धन देश से बाहर भेजा गया, फिर शेल कंपनीज़ के सहारे वो पैसा इनकी कंपनीज़ में इन्वेस्ट किया गया, वो पोल सबके सामने है, मगर केंद्र सरकार उसकी जांच नहीं कराना चाहती।
Well, for Aam Aadmi Party, the Deputy Chief Minister is going to be investigated in the feedback unit case. The MHA has given a green signal. Reporting live on the story, we'll be right back after a short break. Stay tuned.
Also, Supreme Court to hear Uddhav Thackeray's plea against Election Commission today.
இது நடந்துட்டு அப்புறம் இவங்க சின்ன சாமி எடுத்த உடனே செருப்பு எடுத்து கையில காமிச்சிருக்காருக்கா.
I would like to compliment Republic TV, especially from yesterday. You have taken it up in a big way, and thanks to Arnab ji also, who has brought it to the national attention.
What does the Hanuman with his mace and that tail signify on the tail wing of the HLFT 42? What is that?
It signifies strength.
There has been a lot of controversy about the picture of Hanuman which was present there, which has now been removed now, which shows that the storm is coming as well. The HLFT 42, there was a picture of Lord Hanuman there, creating a lot of controversy. It was in theme with the design of the structure, but why the sudden decision by the HAL to remove it?
No, it was in theme. It has nothing, no specific reasons for putting it over there.
What made them get so defensive and change their mind to the point of erasing the Hanuman logo? You can't remove a logo of a god. The Hanuman logo must be brought back.
Chief Minister, you're being accused by the opposition that you are breaking up communal polarization. Chief Minister, you are being... Chief Minister, you are...
இது நடந்துட்டு அப்புறம் இவங்க சின்ன சாமி எடுத்த உடனே செருப்பு எடுத்து கையில காமிச்சிருக்காருக்கா.
I would like to compliment Republic TV, especially from yesterday. You have taken it up in a big way, and thanks to Arnab ji also, who has brought it to the national attention.
What does the Hanuman with his mace and that tail signify on the tail wing of the HLFT 42? What is that?
It signifies strength.
There has been a lot of controversy about the picture of Hanuman which was present there, which has now been removed now, which shows that the storm is coming as well. The HLFT 42, there was a picture of Lord Hanuman there, creating a lot of controversy. It was in theme with...
Good morning and thank you very much for staying with us on Live and Breaking on Republic TV. I'm Nupur Talwar Suri. We begin with a look at the top headlines we are tracking here. It is a massive setback for Kejriwal's deputy. The MHA gives a nod to prosecute Sisodia. BJP Snoop Gate explodes. The BJP ramps up attack against Kejriwal and company. After multiple attempts, Delhi is to make a fourth one today to pick its mayor. Supreme Court to hear Uddhav Thackeray's plea against the Election Commission today. And reports suggest that Xi Jinping is likely to visit Moscow. Meeting with Putin is now on the cards. All right, the big story, of course, that we are tracking right now is that Manish Sisodia has the nod rather has been given for prosecution of Manish Sisodia, the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi. In fact, we're now getting a reaction from Manish Sisodia. He has said that making false cases against your rivals is a sign of a weak and cowardly person. As the Aam Aadmi Party grows, many more cases will be filed against us. So that's the first reaction that we are getting from Manish Sisodia. Now, do remember that in this particular case, the CBI has been given the nod to prosecute him, and an FIR will now be filed against him. Also, the Ministry of Home Affairs, of course, has given the sanction to prosecute the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi in this case. Anuj is bringing us more details on the first reactions that we are getting from Manish Sisodia. All right. We are going to go across to Anuj later, but let's listen into political reactions that we are getting.
Today it is learnt that the CBI has been given sanction to prosecute Manish Sisodia and others who are involved in the entire Snoopgate FBU matter. The fact of the matter is that just like the Chinese developed a balloon to snoop, the two jasuses of Delhi के दो जासूस ने FBU बनाया. It was like their private Gestapo, functioning on public money, using it illegally, spending it without accountability, and also trying to break all the laws in the constitution in order to snoop on political rivals. In the name of corruption and in the name of vigilance, most of the reports that were being created and taken were actually political reports by the FBU. And therefore this shows that the laws, rules were being misused, the money was being misused, and perhaps for nefarious purpose. And therefore it must be found out who was behind this, who was the mastermind behind this. And therefore the case that has been registered, the sanction that has been given for prosecution, this should be welcome. But unfortunately, the Aam Aadmi Party will start playing the victimhood card. The old victimhood card that they played whenever there is any kind of action on corruption, whether it's Sharab Ghotala, Hawala Ghotala, Kaksha Ghotala, Bus Ghotala, Classroom Ghotala, they have always played the victimhood card. This victimhood card won't do. They must come and answer the questions because their victimhood card has proven to be a fake card. None of the cases have been quashed by the courts of law, and today they must answer the questions that are being posed to them, not try to run away from them.
मनीष सिसोदिया के खिलाफ भ्रष्टाचार के एक और मामले की जांच की अनुमति दी है। ये चौथा मामला है भ्रष्टाचार का जिसमें मनीष सिसोदिया जांच के घेरे में है। उनके ऊपर भ्रष्टाचार के आरोपों की जांच हो रही है, लेकिन शायद वो सतेंद्र जैन की तरह कुर्सी छोड़ेंगे नहीं, बल्कि कुर्सी में बैठे बैठे ही तिहाड़ जेल जाएंगे। शराब के घोटाले में अभियुक्त नंबर 1 मनीष सिसोदिया ने अभी 2 दिन पहले ही सीबीआई से परमिशन मांगी है कि मेरे को थोड़ा समय दे दो, और अब ये जासूसी का घोटाला सरकारी तंत्र का इस्तेमाल करके अपने विपक्ष का और अपने ही पार्टी के नेताओं की जासूसी करना। मैं यहां पर यह बात कहना चाहता हूं कि ये जो स्नूपिंग केस है, इस केस के सच जब सामने आएंगे तो बहुत सारे लोगों को हैरानी होने वाली है, क्योंकि आम आदमी पार्टी में केजरीवाल और मनीष सिसोदिया ने सरकार की स्नूपिंग मशीनरी तैयार की अपने ही पार्टी के पीएसी के मेंबर्स के जासूसी करने के लिए, अपने पार्टी के नेताओं की जासूसी करने के लिए, एक दूसरे के परिवारों की जासूसी करने के लिए। और इस केस में अब मनीष सिसोदिया एक और भ्रष्टाचार के केस में आरोपी है। जिस प्रकार से अन्ना आंदोलन के समय यह कहा गया था कि आरोप लगते ही इस्तीफा दे देना चाहिए, मुझे लगता है कि जरा भी नैतिकता बची होगी तो मनीष सिसोदिया अपनी कुर्सी से इस्तीफा देकर इन भ्रष्टाचार के आरोपों का सामना करेंगे और पहले इन आरोपों से बाहर आने की कोशिश करेंगे। लेकिन ये नैतिकता अब आम आदमी पार्टी में बची नहीं है। पर जहां सतेंद्र जैन बैठे हैं, वहीं पर मनीष सिसोदिया का जाना उनकी नियति है। वो मंत्री बने बने जेल जाना चाहते हैं सतेंद्र जैन की तरह, तो वो मंत्री बने बने ही जेल जाएंगे। लेकिन ये दिल्ली की शायद पहली ऐसी सरकार होगी जिसके मंत्री अब कैबिनेट की मीटिंग तिहाड़ जेल में करने की तैयारी कर रहे हैं।
All right, let's go across to Anuj, who's reporting on this. Anuj, that reaction from the Aam Aadmi coming on expected lines, saying that this is an attempt to vilify the Aam Aadmi Party because they are gaining in popularity. But apart from that, Anuj, do you see perhaps, the repercussions of this in the mayoral elections today? Because it is going to be the 4th attempt to elect Delhi's mayor. And like the past 3 ones, the signs are quite ominous today as well.
Well, if we talk about the mayor election, then yes, as you pointed it out very rightly, we have seen it 3 times that what has happened in the session. It was all uproar and it was adjourned. Now the matter yesterday at the Supreme Court, so this is expected that this can happen today. I am reporting from the Civic Center. Let me give you the sense also. The councillors are coming. The leaders have already started coming. Wait and watch what exactly happen inside the session. And it's about recent happening which has happened in which the MHA has given the green signal to the agency, where now the agency is going to investigate the matter. If we talk about the feedback unit which was constituted back by the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, who is also the Vigilance Department, that's Manish Sisodia. So he came out with the tweet, and as you were pointing it out,
Anuj, I think there's some trouble with your a microphone over there. We'll fix that and come back to you in just a bit. But as Anuj is pointing out, of course, this reaction that is coming in from the Aam Aadmi Party, where they say that this is a bid to establish, essentially to vilify the Aam Aadmi Party. Now, the big charges also on your screens. The CBI, of course, is now going to be looking at all these. Let me go across to more reactions right now. We have a reaction that came in from Saurabh Bhardwaj earlier.
देखिए, अपने प्रतिद्वंदियों को झूठों केस में फंसाना जो है, ये हारे हुए और डरे हुए लोगों का काम होता है। अब जैसे जैसे आम आदमी पार्टी आगे बढ़ेगी, इस तरीके के और केस जो है, झूठे केस हम पे लगाए जाएंगे। ये केस बिल्कुल झूठा है। मुझे लगता है कि ये सिर्फ आम आदमी पार्टी और मनीष जी के पीछे पड़े हुए हैं। अदानी, जिन्होंने लाखों करोड़ों रुपए का गबन किया, हज़ारों करोड़ रुपए का काला धन देश से बाहर भेजा गया, फिर शेल कंपनीज़ के सहारे वो पैसा इनकी कंपनीज़ में इन्वेस्ट किया गया। वो पोल सबके सामने है, मगर केंद्र सरकार उसकी जांच नहीं कराना चाहती। झूठे केसों के अंदर आम आदमी पार्टी को फंसाना चाहती है।
All right, going back to Anuj now. Anuj, for the benefit of our viewers, take us over what the charges that the CBI is laying at the Aam Aadmi Party's doorstep. Now, they say that there was a specific unit that was formed for political snooping.
Well, exactly. That is something what has been alleged. Let me tell you, the FIR has not been registered yet. But CBI was looking for the same, and that's why they sought the permission for the same to investigate the matter from the LG. Priorly, this was LG who has given the permission, but he has also recommended the same to Ministry of Home Affairs. Now the Ministry of Home Affairs has sanctioned the same, and the green signal has been given by the Ministry of Home Affairs. This is to see whether now the FIR is first going to be registered. If FIR is going to be registered, then this is all going to be mentioned over there, that what all are the ground on which the FIR has been registered and where the investigation has to be taken. But if we talk about the allegation till now, but if we talk about the points till now which has been taken and the request which was given to Ministry of Home Affairs or to the LG, then in that very application or the request, this was mentioned that this is about the feedback unit which was constituted by Aam Aadmi Party, and this is the misuse of the government unit. That is something what has been stated in that, and the snooping has been done. Now, who all are the people that are involved in this feedback unit? On the other hand, who all are the people that were snooped, like on whom the snooping was done? And what exactly was the motive of this feedback unit? Who has given... Why Manish Sisodia is under the radar, let me tell you, because Manish Sisodia is head of the Vigilance Department. So that is why this is Manish Sisodia who has been named in that. So this is to wait and watch how the CBI is going to take the matter and how they are going to investigate the matter. Yes, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Anuj, for bringing us all those details. We'll of course be watching out for what happens in the Delhi MCD house today. That I think takes place at about 11, but thank you for the moment. Now, the Hindu Action Group has condemned the attempt to target the Indian diaspora, or what they say is the targeting of the Indian diaspora. This comes after an caste resolution was passed in Seattle City Council. Now, the resolution seeks to outlaw discrimination based on caste, a division of people based on birth or descent, having grown louder among South Asian diaspora communities in the US. Now, the Hindu Action Group has called it an attempt to identify Indians by caste in the US. So essentially what we are given to understand is that the Seattle City Council had added caste to the city's anti-discrimination laws, becoming the first US city to specifically ban caste discrimination. Now, this, of course, is an ordinance which has become a contentious issue, especially among the South Asian diaspora. Supporters argue that Hindu groups, of course, argue that this essentially is an attempt to specifically target the South Asian diaspora. I'm going to go across to Abhishek Kapoor, our senior executive editor, who has more details on this. So, Abhishek, what we understand is that various Hindu groups feel that this essentially is maligning of a specific community, in this case, the Hindus.
Well, yes. So we get a big worry from the action group who have come out with this release and are raising objections to that. Per se, on the face of it, you don't say anything about caste discrimination in the sense that if it's an issue, and wherever it is, like racism is, the point is,
Abhishek, that's a very poor audio connection we have with you. We can barely hear you. We're going to try and fix that. If we can just patch that audio again with Abhishek. Also joining us on the broadcast is Utsav. He's the executive director of the Hindu Action Group, which is opposed to this legislation. Now, Utsav, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us. What is your primary concern with this? We understand that the Hindu group feels, the Hindu Action Group, that's what your organization is called, feels that this is an attempt perhaps to basically malign a specific community?
That's correct, because even though on the surface it looks and it is being presented in the media as if it is against caste-based discrimination, and it, nobody wants to, discriminate on the basis of caste, neither in India nor in America. But the facts, once you go into the layers of what is being done here, what it is essentially doing is it is going to profile people of South Asian origin, especially people of Indian and Hindu origin, on the basis of caste. So essentially tomorrow, if a Satya Nadella becomes the CEO of a big multinational corporation, he has to prove first that he is not a casteist before he is given that job. Now that itself is discrimination, because there are laws in the United States that make sure that nobody is discriminated on any basis, whether it is caste, nationality, or gender. But by actually introducing this specific clause targeting Indian Americans and Hindu Americans, they are introducing a new form of discrimination in the Seattle city. What is even more concerning is who are the people behind it. Because the survey that has been used by Shama Sawant, who is the councillor of Seattle City who brought this resolution, that survey was actually authored by a Pakistani professor whose family is very well connected in the ISI, in the Pakistan Military Intelligence. And she's also very active in the Kashmiri separatist diaspora. So there are things that don't add up, and our press release outlines that. It is also very important for people to understand, because people in India may not understand how things are in America on this issue, that there has been a survey, the neutral survey done by Carnegie Institute for International Peace, Johns Hopkins University and University of Pennsylvania, which has defined that caste is one of the least identifying factors among South Asians in America. Nationality, religion are much bigger factors. So essentially what you see happening here is that caste is being artificially introduced as a factor of identification so that people of Indian and South Asian origin can be divided along those lines, which is very detrimental to our community.
Right, to stay with us, I think our senior executive editor Abhishek Kapoor is also joining us on the broadcast, and I think he also has a question for you. Go ahead, Abhishek. All right, I don't think we've managed to connect with Abhishek again on this one. Now, what I wanted to ask you apart from that, Utsav, is that we understand that there was another council member, Shama Sawant, who was also on this. In fact, she was the one who proposed this. And the argument that they have made is that it accounts, this particular legislation or piece of law essentially accounts for how caste discrimination crosses national and religious boundaries. So that basically is their argument. But you feel that that was never an issue and it's now being made into an issue?
That's correct. Well, there has to be statistical evidence to show that there is caste discrimination in America. And all statistical evidence so far that have been provided from neutral efforts as well as proper scientific surveys shows that caste is one of the least identifying factors in America. And what Shama Sawant has done, and she has done this before during the CAA, she actually is also the same person who brought an anti-India resolution on CAA and Kashmir, by the way. So there is a pattern of behavior that targets Indian Americans and specifically Hindu Americans. And you should, I would encourage everybody to actually see her speech today, where the entire speech had very little to do with caste or discrimination. It had a lot of content about targeting India and specifically the Indian government that is currently led by Prime Minister Modi.
All right. Do stay with us. Now, in fact, we are now learning that the BJP has also hit out, saying that the Hindu diaspora in the US is under attack and false narratives are being used against Hindus. Let's listen into that comment that's come in from Kapil Mishra. All right. I'm going to quickly thank Utsav, the Executive Director of the Hindu Action Group, on that. Thank you for joining us. We are, of course, also now getting a reaction from the BJP on this. Thank you.
कि आज अरविंद केजरीवाल तक जाएगी और वो दिन दूर नहीं है कि जब दोनों अरविंद केजरीवाल और मनीष सिसोदिया जेल की सलाखों के पीछे होंगे। ये दोनों मैटर बनते हैं, एक क्रिमिनल कॉन्स्पिरेसी का 120B का, जिसमें जिस प्रकार से इन लोगों ने इलीगल तरीके से अपॉइंटमेंट्स करी, इलीगल तरीके से स्नूपिंग करी, एक क्रिमिनल कॉन्स्पिरेसी का मामला है। दूसरा भ्रष्टाचार निरोधक, क्योंकि एक सीक्रेट सर्विस फंड बनाया गया, वो मामला भी बनता है कि उसके अंदर पैसों का इधर से उधर हुआ, कहाँ गया, किसकी जेब में गया, क्या उसका यूटिलाइजेशन हुआ। इन सब के जवाब तो अरविंद केजरीवाल और मनीष सिसोदिया को देने पड़ेंगे। इसलिए हमारा ये मानना है कि बहुत जल्दी इस जांच की आंच अरविंद केजरीवाल तक पहुंचेगी और दोनों बहुत जल्दी सलाखों के पीछे होंगे। धन्यवाद। कोई सवाल हो तो आप।
दुर्गेश पाटिल ने भी बोला है कि भाजपा पीछे पड़ी है मनीष सिसोदिया।
देखिए, हम पीछे नहीं पड़े हैं। उनके कर्म जो हैं वो ऐसे हैं, दो न्यायिक एजेंसी उसकी जांच कर रही है। मनीष सिसोदिया दावा करते हैं बेहतर शिक्षा मंत्री होने का। दिल्ली के बच्चे, अभिभावक अब ये पूछ रहे हैं कि दिल्ली का शिक्षा मंत्री शराब घोटाला करवाता है, जासूसी कांड कराता है, तो ऐसे शिक्षा मंत्री को दिल्ली में रहने का अधिकार है क्या? तो मनीष सिसोदिया के कृत्य ऐसे हैं, अरविंद केजरीवाल और उनकी सरकार के कृत्य ऐसे हैं कि जिसका परिणाम सामने आ रहा है।
कायर और झूठे लोग हो, ऐसा मनीष सिसोदिया का ट्वीट है और कह रहे हैं जैसे जैसे आपका टीम बढ़ेगी वैसे वैसे आप लोग एलिगेशन लगाएंगे और केसेस करवाएंगे, तो कमजोर लोगों की निशानी है ये।
कमजोर लोग शिक्षा की आड़ में शराब घोटाले और जासूसी कांड करवा रहे हैं। और जहां तक आपके बढ़ने की बात है, जहां जहां आपका करप्शन बढ़ेगा, न्यायिक एजेंसी अपना काम करेगी।
इसमें ऐड कर दूं, इसी में एक बात जो अभी बात करी मनीष सिसोदिया ने, यही कुछ जो रिटॉर्टिक्स था, यही बातें जो करते थे जब वो सत्येंद्र गिरफ्तार हुए थे, तब भी ये बातें हुई थी। सबने देखा कि 7 महीने से वो व्यक्ति कोर्ट की ऑर्डर की वजह से जेल में है, कोई भारतीय जनता पार्टी की वजह से नहीं, ईडी की वजह से नहीं, सीबीआई की वजह से नहीं, कोर्ट की ऑर्डर की वजह से 7 महीने जेल में है। विजय नायर, जो इनके मीडिया के सब कुछ हैं, रहनुमा हैं, और कहते थे, ये आप डायलॉग इनका आता था कि हमें गुजरात के चुनाव है इसलिए हमें परेशान करने की कोशिश की जा रही है, आम आदमी पार्टी बढ़ रही है, यही बातें करते थे। क्या हुआ? विजय नायर 4 बार से उनकी बेल रिजेक्ट हुई है, 4 बार से। तो इसका मतलब कहीं ना कहीं केसेस में दम है। प्राइमा फेसी कोर्ट को भी लगता है कि जो केसेस उनके खिलाफ हैं, उनमें दम है। इसलिए मनीष सिसोदिया को सिर्फ एक एडवाइस है कि इधर उधर की बात मत करो, इस बात का जवाब दो कि आपने कितने लोगों की स्नूपिंग कराई थी, कि ये पैसा सीक्रेट सर्विस फंड के अंदर जो पैसा था वो कहाँ गया, उस बात का जवाब दे, इधर उधर की बातें मत करें। अलग से पूछ लें, अलग से पूछ लें। कोई क्वेश्चन इस रिलेटेड? थैंक यू। आप अलग से पूछ।
अरे भाई नाश्ता कराओ सुबह सुबह। हाँ
ठीक है, ठीक है।
All right, so that was the first comment that is coming in from the BJP in that press conference, of course, saying that Manish Sisodia will have to come and answer the questions that the CBI is asking. Now, just to recap the big story that we've been tracking since this morning for our viewers. Now, the Ministry of Home Affairs has given sanction to prosecute the Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia under the Prevention of Corruption Act in the feedback unit snooping case in Delhi. The LG VK Saxena had approved the CBI's request for prosecution sanction and forwarded the same to the MHA. Now, the CBI had sought sanction to register an FIR against Sisodia, who heads the Vigilance Department of the Delhi government, under which the AAP had in 2015 surreptitiously created the FBU. Now, the FBU is essentially being seen by the CBI as something that was extra-constitutional and extrajudicial. And here's a quick look at what else is making news this morning. Delhi is likely to get a mayor today after 3 failed attempts at an election. While numbers indicate that the ruling AAP has the post in the bag, the BJP has said that a last-minute surprise is likely. The Ministry of Home Affairs has given sanction to prosecute Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia under the Prevention of Corruption Act and the Feedback Unit snooping case in Delhi. LG VK Saxena had approved the CBI's request for prosecution sanction and forwarded the same to the MHA. Now, the CBI had sought sanction to register an FIR against Sisodia under the created FBU. The Supreme Court will be hearing Uddhav Thakere's plea against the EC's ruling on the bow and arrow symbol today at 3:30 this afternoon. The Supreme Court had earlier denied an urgent hearing on this. The NIA has detained 3 people, including Akali Dal leader Lakhveer Singh from Punjab, for questioning. According to police officials, weapons have also been seized from him. Meanwhile, Gurmeet Singh from Lambi and Harpreet Sharma from Moga have also been detained by the NIA during these raids. A massive fire broke out in the slums of Kamla Nagar in Mumbai during the wee hours on Wednesday. According to the officials, 10 fire tenders reached the spot to douse the flames. An FIR has been filed against the Punjab Bharatiya Janata Party leader Harjeet Singh Grewal in Punjab's Rajpura for allegedly using objectionable words against women. According to information, the FIR has been filed on the basis of a complaint filed by a person named Sandeep Chaudhary. The BHP has called for a Hindu Mahapanchayat in the Muslim majority region of Nuh district of Haryana today to protest against the alleged fake charges framed by the Rajasthan government in the cattle smugglers case. The BJP's President JP Nadda will be launching a book, Modi Shaping a Global Order in Flux, at 11:30 this afternoon. The former Rajasthan minister and BJP leader Gulab Chand Kataria will be sworn in as the Assam governor today. The Raj Bhavan accorded a traditional welcome to the Assam governor designate earlier. You are watching Republic. On the other side, reports suggest that Xi Jinping is likely to visit Moscow. Meeting with Putin could be on the cards. And the Supreme Court will be hearing Uddhav Thakere's plea against Election Commission today.
What does the Hanuman with his mace and that tail signify on the tail wing of the HLFT 42? What is that?
It signifies strength.
There has been a lot of controversy about the picture of Hanuman which was present there, which has now been removed now, which shows that the storm is coming as well. The HLFT 42, there was a picture of Lord Hanuman there, creating a lot of controversy. It was in theme with the design of the structure, but why the sudden decision by the HAL to remove it?
No, it was in theme. It has nothing, no specific reasons for putting it over there.
What made them get so defensive and change their mind to the point of erasing the Hanuman logo? You can't remove a logo of a god. The Hanuman logo must be brought back.
Chief Minister, you're being accused by the opposition that you are breaking up communal polarization. Chief Minister, you are being... Chief Minister, you are...
இது நடந்துட்டு அப்புறம் இவங்க சின்ன சாமி எடுத்தோடனே செருப்பு எடுத்து கையில காமிச்சிருக்காருக்கா.
I would like to compliment Republic TV, especially from yesterday. You have taken it up in a big way, and thanks to Arnab ji also, who has brought it to the national attention.
What does the Hanuman with his mace and that tail signify on the tail wing of the HLFT 42? What is that?
It signifies strength.
There has been a lot of controversy about the picture of Hanuman which was present there, which has now been removed now, which shows that the storm is coming as well. The HLFT 42, there was a picture of Lord Hanuman there, creating a lot of controversy. It was in theme with the design of the structure, but why the sudden decision by the HAL to remove it?
No, it was in theme. It has nothing, no specific reasons for putting it over there.
What made them get so defensive and change their mind to the point of erasing the Hanuman logo? You can't remove a logo of a god. The Hanuman logo must be brought back.
Chief Minister, you're being accused by the opposition that you are breaking up communal polarization. Chief Minister, you are being... Chief Minister, you are...
Action has been taken. Action has been taken.
Yeah. But he's a DMK councillor. Why is the DMK not responding? But why is he not suspended or terminated from the party?
He has been arrested. He's in the jail now. What do you want me to do?
He's a party member, right?
Yeah, so he's been arrested. What you want to hang him?
Any scene or any statement from the Chief Minister or from you or any important leaders from it would have been, see, the family is demanding a job. But still he's a Jawan, right? But he still belongs to the nation.
Has been arrested.
The headlines at this hour: massive setback for Kejriwal's deputy. MHA gives nod to prosecute Sisodia. Delhi Snoopgate explodes. BJP ramps up attack against Kejriwal and company. After multiple attempts, Delhi to make a fourth one today to pick a mayor. Supreme Court to hear Uddhav Thackeray's plea against Election Commission today. And reports suggest Xi Jinping likely to visit Moscow, meeting with Putin on the cards. Hello and welcome. It's the battle for the position of Delhi Mayor today in a fourth attempt after 3 failed attempts by the Municipal Corporation of Delhi. Voting for Mayor and Deputy Mayor of Delhi will take place today in the national capital following a Supreme Court order. The election to the posts of Mayor, Deputy Mayor and 6 members of the Standing Committee will be held today after Delhi Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena gave a go-ahead to convene the Municipal House. And let's listen in to what the Aam Aadmi Party, which, well, clearly it appears that it has the numbers, it has it in the bag as far as the mayoral post is concerned. Let's listen in to Sanjay Singh of the AAP.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट का आदेश भी भाजपाई नहीं मानेंगे तो फिर आदमी कहाँ जाएगा ये सोचना पड़ेगा। मुझे तो लगता है कि कल चुनाव संपन्न हो जाना चाहिए। क्योंकि उन्होंने कह दिया कि जो नॉमिनेटेड मेंबर है वो वोटिंग नहीं करेंगे। हाँ, बिल्कुल साफ, नॉमिनेटेड मेंबर वोटिंग नहीं करेंगे। ये भी साफ हो गया कि मेयर के अलावा कोई चुनाव पीठासीन अधिकारी नहीं करा सकती। सुप्रीम कोर्ट का आदेश भी भाजपाई नहीं मानेंगे तो फिर आदमी कहाँ जाएगा ये सोचना पड़ेगा। मुझे तो लगता है कि कल चुनाव संपन्न हो जाना चाहिए। क्योंकि उन्होंने कह दिया कि जो नॉमिनेटेड मेंबर है वो वोटिंग नहीं करेंगे। हाँ, बिल्कुल साफ, नॉमिनेटेड मेंबर वोटिंग नहीं करेंगे। ये भी साफ हो गया कि मेयर के अलावा कोई चुनाव पीठासीन अधिकारी नहीं करा सकती।
And my colleagues Anuj as well as Piyush Mishra covering the story on the ground. Coming to you, Anuj, first of all, give us a sense of the kind of atmosphere there. The Aam Aadmi Party saying it has it in the bag as far as the mayoral position is concerned. But the BJP also saying that it's not all over yet. What do you make of it?
Well, that's something the line which has been taken by Bharatiya Janata Party. This is to wait and watch what exactly is going to happen inside the session today. But Aam Aadmi Party is of the hope, as we were just listening to Sanjay Singh. He's saying now, as it has been cleared by the Supreme Court, so this is expected that this is going to happen today. We have seen it thrice, that how this was uproar in the House and the election did not happen. Finally, this is the 4th time when Aam Aadmi Party is also of the hope that this is going to happen today. Let me also give you a sense what is happening at the Civic Center. I'll ask my video journalist to give you a sense of the deployment of the forces, the security there. You can clearly see how the deployment has been done, as we have seen it earlier also thrice, that what exactly was the chaos which was a witness. So that's the line which has been taken by Aam Aadmi Party. We are just going to get a reaction from Aam Aadmi Party, if we can get it, that what exactly is going to happen. Sir, आज उम्मीद है कि अब फाइनली आज हो जाएगा चुनाव?
हाँ, बिल्कुल, माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय के आदेश पर आज ये चुनाव हो रहा है और सर्वोच्च न्यायालय का बहुत बड़ा स्थान है। तो मुझे लगता है कि आम आदमी पार्टी के पास पूरे नंबर हैं, आम आदमी पार्टी के पास जनता का दिया हुआ बहुमत है। तो आज निश्चित रूप से दिल्ली को मेयर मिलेगा।
बीजेपी कह रही है दिस इज नॉट ओवर येट, अभी खत्म नहीं हुआ है।
अब बीजेपी वाले गुंडागर्दी दिखाना चाहें, वो अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट का वायलेशन करेंगे, अगर वो करेंगे तो फिर तो मुझे लगता है ये बहुत दुखद है देश के लोकतंत्र के लिए। क्योंकि माने सुप्रीम कोर्ट से ऊपर तो कोई है ही नहीं, सुप्रीम कोर्ट से ऊपर इस देश में कुछ नहीं है, कोई भी चीज़ सुप्रीम कोर्ट से ऊपर नहीं है। अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट के उसका वायलेशन करेंगे फिर तो ये बहुत दुखद है।
That is the line which is taken by Aam Aadmi Party. That's a reaction which was coming by Aam Aadmi Party, where they are saying that this is now the Supreme Court who has made it clear that how it is going to happen, how it has to happen. So this is to wait and watch what exactly is going to be inside the session. Sir, क्या प्रक्रिया है सर, आज क्या उम्मीद है? क्योंकि अब आम आदमी पार्टी कह रही है कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने फैसला दे दिया, बीजेपी अगर उसका उल्लंघन करती है तो बीजेपी की गुंडागर्दी।
देखिए, अभी तक तो आम आदमी पार्टी हंगामा करती रही किसी न किसी कारण से। पहले सदन में तो बाकायदा माइक तक तोड़े गए, जिसकी पुलिस रिपोर्ट तक हुई। तो हम तो उम्मीद करते हैं कि आज चुनाव हो जाना चाहिए, क्योंकि कोर्ट ने फैसला दे दिया है और हम उसको पूरी तरह मानते हैं।
So the BJP and Aam Aadmi Party both are saying that the election is expected to happen today, and this is to wait and watch what exactly will be coming out of the session. Back to you.
Right, Anuj, stay with us. We also have with us Piyush Mishra. Piyush, give us a sense, of the kind of ground situation there. The Aam Aadmi Party clearly geared up for today. And of course, the public in Delhi now, finally, we will be getting a mayor. The Aam Aadmi Party that raised itself that won on the platform. Well, breaking news coming in regarding Lance Naik Prabhu, who lost his life to DMK violence down south in Tamil Nadu in Krishnagiri district. Not a word on Lance Naik Prabhu, but the DMK is initiating action against BJP cadre for carrying out a candlelight vigil in memory of Lance Naik Prabhu, who was killed at the hands of a mob led by DMK councillor in Krishnagiri district. A case has been filed against 3,500 BJP leaders now and cadre for conducting a candlelight march without proper permission. So while the DMK maintains a silence on Lance Naik Prabhu's lynching by a mob led by a DMK councillor, they have lodged a case against 3,500 BJP workers and leaders in cadre there. Varshini to take us through this latest development. Varshini, you were there during the candlelight vigil. You were there during that entire day-long protest that the BJP held in order to win justice for Lance Naik Prabhu. Now we are hearing that the DMK has lodged a case for not taking proper permission. What are you hearing?
Well, Rukma, if you see, this is a situation that has been happening from yesterday, where there has been so many police who were deployed in that particular area where this protest was happening, where there has been so many, to almost 2,500 plus BJP cadres who participated in the protest. And if you see, there was a very peaceful candlelight vigil that took place. And if you see, there were almost 300 police officers who were also there in that particular protest site and taking care of the march. And there was no law and order issue. And if you see, there was only until a certain point the BJP was permitted to walk through. And since the BJP had sought for permission to go till the Marina Beach, till the War Memorial, the police did not permit them. And the BJP State Chief Annamalai also agreed to it and stopped the march with the permission that was permission which was given by the Tamil Nadu police. And now this has definitely been a shocking action taken by the Tamil Nadu government, and that is what is being seen here. The protest was all about justice for Lance Naik Prabhu that we have been campaigning about, and the BJP also taking over the campaign and joining hands in demanding justice for Lance Naik Prabhu. But what we are seeing that is happening is extremely contradictory to what the protest was all about.
And Tirupati, well, leader of the AIADMK, Mr. Tirupati, when we talk about this stance that has been adopted by the Stalin government in Tamil Nadu, what do you think of it? It has now charged the BJP workers and cadre for a candlelight vigil, while it remains silent on the killing and lynching of a Lance Naik.
See, I am not from AIADMK, I am from BJP. I am the vice president of BJP. Okay.
Right. Sorry, sir. Please continue.
Yeah. So, what has happened is when the Chief Minister, Mr. Stalin, could go to a biryani shop which was attacked by DMK goons 4 years back and consoled the place when he was opposition leader. Now, as the Chief Minister, he has failed to go console the army man who was beaten brutally to death by the DMK Gundas. And that is the reason we have been saying that the entire Tamil Nadu is becoming a lawless state, and the law and order is deteriorating because of the power mongers and also the arrogance of the DMK, the ruling party. So its members, its leaders, its officers, all are trying to instigate and provoke their cadres to have unleashed violence on the people of Tamil Nadu. That is why we have made this protest.
Right. So how do you intend to tackle, Mr. Tirupati, how do you intend to tackle this case that has been lodged by the DMK? This stance, sort of, they are not willing to listen. They're not even coming to the table for discussions.
Yeah, that shows their arrogance. That shows their the mentality. That shows their policy of divisiveness. That is the DMK. So we have to fight and we have to make them exposed. We have to expose them that DMK is like this.
Well, many thanks, Mr. Narayan Tirupati. Narayan Tirupati of the BJP there speaking with Republic. Many thanks, Mr. Tirupati, for sharing your thoughts. So now what we are hearing is that a case has been lodged against the BJP workers and cadre who held a protest and a candlelight vigil for lynched Lance Naik Prabhu. And we go back once again to Varshini. Varshini, we were just speaking to the BJP. The BJP is very clear about this, but the DMK stance, it appears very puzzling. It's not willing to even talk about the issue. What are you hearing from your sources in the DMK? How do they look at this entire situation, and what is their word on it?
Well, Rukma, if you see, rather than discussing this issue with sources, if you see when the Republic tried to confront the minister and also the Chief Minister's son, Udayanidhi Stalin, he himself made it very clear to us about how they think this is an internal family issue and that they do not intend to interfere in this matter. And they're also speaking about how action has been taken by the Tamil Nadu police, and there is nothing else that the DMK party, as a party or as a ruling government, can do about it. And that is the stand that the DMK has very clearly told to Republic, and it is definitely shocking because the entire media, the entire nation, be it the ex-servicemen associations, the ex-servicemen, or everybody in the state or in the country in particular are asking for one condolence or any kind of a compensation for the family that is suffering the loss right now, and that is what is the need of the hour. That is what we're all talking about. That is what we're all demanding about. But very interestingly, the DMK does not care about these kind of issues, and they speak only about how they want to discuss regarding if it was a family matter or not, if it was the action by the police has been taken or not, which is definitely unsatisfactory, be it for the family, for everybody who is raising the questions regarding the same. And now if you see, Rukma, this is definitely being taken up by the BJP in a massive manner, and that is why this protest and this candlelight vigil took place yesterday, just to make sure that this is not the kind of issue that the DMK is trying to downplay. Rather, it is really a big issue that has to be taken up seriously by the state government. And now filing a case against the BJP workers who participated in this candlelight vigil yesterday, saying that it was not it was done without permission, is definitely absurd, because yesterday all this police were there, and if at all this was done without permission, then the police could have arrested them then and there. But rather, it was this case has been filed today, and according to we were live from the candlelight vigil. We were seeing things that was happening with our own eyes, and saying that there was law and order issues. Saying that the permission was not granted is definitely very shocking, and we'll have to see how the DMK is trying to take this forward, and how things are playing out in the future.
Right, in your conversation with the son of Mr. Stalin, he had said that he has been arrested. What more do you want? How far has the probe in that regard progressed? Is he still in custody? Has he been produced in court? What are the latest updates regarding that, Varshini?
This investigation is still on, and these 9 people who are in remand are still with the police custody. They have not been produced to the court yet. There is no judicial proceedings that have begun so far regarding this case. But at the same time, the family is also expecting that there would be some sort of at least solution being brought in from the police side as well. That is what we still try to keep in touch with the family, and the family is telling us that some sort of a deserving punishment is what they're expecting to see, and that is what they want as of now. And so therefore there is an expectation that action will be taken, and they will be produced in the court, and judicial remand will also be happening anytime soon now. Since it's a murder case, there is enough evidence also of murder in this charges, and the police have also police have also given enough proof or evidence for this murder case. Therefore, it is very soon expected that they will be produced in the court, and judicial remand will also be given for all these 9 accused in this particular case of the lynching of the soldier.
Right. Right. And Varshini, now that a case has been lodged against the 3,500 participants in that candlelight vigil and that protest march for not acquiring proper permission, but what is the next step? Is it likely that anybody will be taken in for questioning? Will there be police action? What next?
These 2,500 plus BJP workers have been booked under, booked under the same. We don't think that there would be any arrest, because a massive arrest such as 3,500 BJP workers cannot be done in a day or two. Therefore, there would be legal proceedings in this. There would be legal procedures that would be followed by the Tamil Nadu police, particularly the Greater Chennai police. So we'll have to see, Rukma, how action is going to be taken by the Tamil Nadu police on this case, because arresting them then and there yesterday would have been an entirely different situation, and giving them detention would be an entirely different situation. That is what generally, that is how things are done generally when there is a protest that happens without permission. But booking a case the next day after a candlelight vigil happens is definitely a different situation. So we'll have to see what the Tamil Nadu police is coming up with this.
Well, Varshini there with us. As you see in those visuals, we are following up with the story of the lynching of Lance Naik Prabhu, who was lynched by a mob led by a DMK councillor in Krishnagiri district. The Chief Minister MK Stalin, as well as the entire DMK, in fact, has continued to maintain a stony silence over the issue, not uttering even one word of regret. In fact, when Republic confronted Udayanidhi Stalin, the son of MK Stalin, he said that it was a family matter and that the government does not want to get into it, even as he also said that the DMK councillor in question has been arrested. Yesterday, we saw a massive vigil, candlelight vigil, as well as day-long protest by the BJP, led by Tamil Nadu BJP chief Annamalai. And now, the DMK has booked 3,500 BJP workers and the BJP cadre there, BJP leaders and cadre, for not taking proper permission. And joining me now is Savio Rodrigues. Savio, what do you think about the DMK stance in this entire, DMK government stance in this entire matter? There's not one single word for expressing regret for the death of Lance Naik Prabhu. There's not one single word expressing, anger and condemnation against the lynching of a soldier. But they're quick to take action against the BJP.
Well, it's unfortunate that DMK is behaving more in lines of being a dictator and trying to target the BJP leaders who've come out to support the unfortunate death of Lance Naik. Now, DMK should be actually respecting the Indian Army, the work of the Indian Jawan, and the responsibility that the Indian Jawan has. What DMK is trying to now tell the people by this action against the BJP who have come out to protest, demanding justice, is that they really don't care about the Indian Army. They really don't care about the loss of life that has happened. And more importantly, what they are trying to show the people is that, we are in power, we are fascists, and we will decide what the outcome of the future protests in the state is all about. That is why they're going after the BJP leaders who have decided to come out and protest and demand for justice. Now, DMK, unfortunately, is behaving as a dictator. It has for time and again, portrayed the BJP as a fascist government, but we are really seeing what fascism is all about in Tamil Nadu with the DMK. We're seeing what fascism is all about in Bengal. So we've seen what fascism is all about in Maharashtra as well. So these opposition parties need to introspect. There is no substitute for the life of an Indian soldier. There is no substitute to the sacrifices made by the Indian army for the people of India. So instead of, they've not even uttered a word. They've not even said anything as far as this unfortunate death is concerned. And that shows that DMK really doesn't care about the Indian army. It shows that the life of an Indian soldier is of no importance to the DMK at all. And it's very, very sad. It's very depressing, especially coming from a land of Tamil Nadu that has immense respect for every aspect of anything to do with India, especially the Indian army. You know, and DMK is behaving like a complete fascist government in Tamil Nadu.
Absolutely, sir. Savio, many thanks for joining us and sharing your thoughts. Savio Rodriguez there expressing his thoughts on the DMK government stance. The DMK now booking 3,500 BJP workers for their candlelight vigil, saying that they did not take proper permission. Let's move on now to other news stories. Time for a short break, and coming up after that, as reports suggest, Xi Jinping likely to visit Moscow, meeting with Putin on the cards.
Chief Minister, you're being accused by the opposition that you are breaking up communal polarization. Chief Minister, you are being... Chief Minister, you are...
இது நடந்துட்டு அப்புறம் இவங்க சின்ன சாமி எடுத்தோடனே செருப்பு எடுத்து கையில காமிச்சிருக்காருக்கா.
I would like to compliment Republic TV, especially from yesterday. You have taken it up in a big way, and thanks to Arnab ji also, who has brought it to the national attention.
What does the Hanuman with his mace and that tail signify on the tail wing of the HLFT 42? What is that?
It signifies strength.
There has been a lot of controversy about the picture of Hanuman which was present there, which has now been removed now, which shows that the storm is coming as well. The HLFT 42, there was a picture of Lord Hanuman there, creating a lot of controversy. It was in theme with the design of the structure, but why the sudden decision by the HAL to remove it?
No, it was in theme. It has nothing, no specific reasons for putting it over there.
What made them get so defensive and change their mind to the point of erasing the Hanuman logo? You can't remove a logo of a god. The Hanuman logo must be brought back.
Chief Minister, you're being accused by the opposition that you are breaking up communal polarization. Chief Minister, you are being... Chief Minister, you are...
இது நடந்துட்டு அப்புறம் இவங்க சின்ன சாமி எடுத்தோடனே செருப்பு எடுத்து கையில காமிச்சிருக்காருக்கா.
In sports news, the crowd at the Arun Jaitley Stadium in Delhi cheered for every run that came from Virat Kohli's willow. During the second test against Australia on a slow-turning track, Virat scored 44 runs in the first innings and then chipped in with 20 in the second. In the process, the Indian run machine broke former Indian batsman Virendra Sehwag's record of the most runs scored in the Border Gavaskar Trophy. Well, we're tracking many top stories coming up in a short while. Fresh trouble for Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Manish Sisodia, as Snoop Gate explodes.
அப்புறம் இவங்க சின்னசாமி எடுத்தோடனே செருப்பு எடுத்து கையில காமிச்சிருக்காருக்கா.
I would like to compliment Republic TV, especially from yesterday. You have taken it up in a big way, and thanks to Arnab ji also, who has brought it to the national attention.
What does the Hanuman with his mace and that tail signify on the tail wing of the HLFT 42? What is that?
It signifies strength.
There has been a lot of controversy about the picture of Hanuman which was present there, which has now been removed now, which shows that the storm is coming as well. The HLFT 42, there was a picture of Lord Hanuman there, creating a lot of controversy. It was in theme with the design of the structure, but why the sudden decision by the HAL to remove it?
No, it was in theme. It has nothing, no specific reasons for putting it over there.
What made them get so defensive and change their mind to the point of erasing the Hanuman logo? You can't remove a logo of a god. The Hanuman logo must be brought back.
Chief Minister, you're being accused by the opposition that you are breaking up communal polarization. Chief Minister, you are being... Chief Minister, you are...
இது நடந்துட்டு அப்புறம் இவங்க சின்னசாமி எடுத்தோடனே செருப்பு எடுத்து கையில காமிச்சிருக்காருக்கா.
I would like to compliment Republic TV, especially from yesterday. You have taken it up in a big way, and thanks to Arnab ji also, who has
And more sports news now in the India versus Australia match. Cheteshwar Pujara to join elite club. And coming up in other news that we're tracking, it's a massive setback for Kejriwal's deputy. MHA gives nod to prosecute Sisodia.
What does the Hanuman with his mace and that tail signify on the tail wing of the HLFT 42? What is that?
It signifies strength.
There has been a lot of controversy about the picture of Hanuman which was present there, which has now been removed now, which shows that the storm is coming as well. The HLFT 42, there was a picture of Lord Hanuman there, creating a lot of controversy. It was in theme with the design of the structure, but why the sudden decision by the HAL to remove it?
No, it was in theme. It has nothing, no specific reasons for putting it over there.
What made them get so defensive and change their mind to the point of erasing the Hanuman logo? You can't remove a logo of a god. The Hanuman logo must be brought back.
Chief Minister, you're being accused by the opposition that you are breaking up communal polarization. Chief Minister, you are being... Chief Minister, you are being...
இது நடந்துட்டு அப்புறம் இவங்க சின்னசாமி எடுத்தோடனே செருப்பு எடுத்து கையில காமிச்சிருக்காருக்கா.
I would like to compliment Republic TV, especially from yesterday. You have taken it up in a big way, and thanks to Arnab ji also, who has brought it to the national attention.
what does the Hanuman with his mace and that tail signify on the tail wing of the HLFT 42? What is that?
It signifies strength.
There has been a lot of controversy about the picture of Hanuman which was present there, which has now been removed now, which shows that the storm is coming as well. The HLFT 42, there was a picture of Lord Hanuman there, creating a lot of controversy. It was in theme with the design of the structure, but why the sudden decision by the HAL to remove it?
No, it was in theme. It has nothing, no specific.
Viewers, we're live in breaking this morning, and today the MCD will make its fourth attempt to elect a mayor today in Delhi. That's a top story. We'll get you all the details, but first the headlines we're tracking right now.
Chinese developed a balloon to snoop. The two jasuses of Delhi, दिल्ली के दो जासूस ने FBU बनाया. It was like their private Gestapo, and therefore this shows that the laws, rules were being misused, the money was being misused, and perhaps for nefarious purpose.
Snoopgate haunts Kejriwal's deputy. MHA gives a nod to sanction Manish Sisodia.
अपने प्रतिद्वंदियों को झूठों केस में फंसाना जो है, ये हारे हुए और डरे हुए लोगों का काम होता है.
Aam Aadmi Party cries political vendetta. BJP demands Kejriwal and Sisodia's arrest. Not a word on soldiers lynching Stalin cops file case against BJP leaders for demanding action. After 3 failed attempts now, Delhi to make a fourth one today to pick its mayor. Defeated Uddhav knocks top court door against allotment of bow and arrow to Shinde. And Seattle City Council adopts anti-India resolution, anger over bid to target Indians by caste in the United States. Viewers, after 3 failed attempts by the Municipal Corporation of Delhi, the voting for the mayor and deputy mayor of Delhi is taking place today in the national capital following a Supreme Court order. Let's go straight to Piyush Anuj, who's joining us live right now. Now, we know the election to the post of mayor and deputy mayor and 6 members of the standing committee will be held today after Delhi Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena gave his nod to convene the municipal house. Coming to you first, Piyush, to get us the latest updates.
Well, Shivangi, as the House reconvenes, what we are now seeing is again a confrontation is taking place right at the entry gate of the Civic House, where the Aam Aadmi Party workers and BJP workers have again, indulged into war of words. Now we are seeing as to how Aam Aadmi Party is now claiming that their councillors are not being allowed to enter inside the House. So let me try to get in a word from these Aam Aadmi Party workers who are now here. They are now raising their voice. क्या हुआ? आप लोगों को क्या रोका जा रहा है, फिर क्या कहा जा रहा है?
जहाँ पर रोका जा रहा है और जो बीजेपी के नेता हैं, जो गुंडे हैं, उनको ऊपर जाने दिया जा रहा है, इस बात का हम लोग विरोध कर रहे हैं।
कौन गया है अभी ऊपर?
अभी विजेंद्र गुप्ता जी ऊपर गए हैं, जबकि उनके
आम आदमी पार्टी के सभी लोगों को, पार्षदों को, सबको रोका?
नहीं, आम आदमी के पार्षदों को तो जाने दिया जा रहा है, लेकिन जो बाकी नेता है उनको रोका जा रहा है।
कौन, किसको?
जो भी, जैसे हमारे भी आदिल अहमद जी थे, दूसरे नेता थे, हमारे विधायक,
पार्षद हैं, सांसद हैं, विधायक है, क्या
उनको रोका जा रहा है? हमारे नेता तो हैं, ऐसी विजेंद्र गुप्ता जी को जो जाने दिया गया, हमारा कहना है कि हमारे
तो एमएलए
इनको ये जानकारी नहीं है कि विजेंद्र गुप्ता एमएलए है कि नहीं है। ये लोग सिर्फ शोर करना मचाना जानते हैं, अराजकता फैला रहे हैं। भैया एक मिनट, अराजकता फैला रहे की आदत है। मेरी धर्मपत्नी पार्षद है सोने बिहार से, और मैं खुद देखो उनसे खड़ा हूँ। उन्होंने मुझे उतार दिया, उन्होंने कहा कि भाई पार्षद है वही जाएगा। ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी क्या करता है, या तो यहाँ बैठे हुए कैंटीन बैठे हुए, बाहर चले गए अपने काम से।
आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ कि विधायक तो जा सकते हैं, आप तो कार्यकर्ता को
नहीं पता, नहीं जाने दिया गया। विधायक जी को भी रोका गया।
इनको
आदत है चीज को खराब करने की, सही करने की नहीं। हमेशा इन्होंने यही काम करा। अब देखिए वहाँ पर
आप अब ये चाहती है कि सिक्योरिटी प्रोटोकॉल भी यही लोग तय करेंगे कि क्या सिक्योरिटी प्रोटोकॉल
अच्छे भी सारी चीजों को इन्होंने
14 विधायकों को वोटिंग का राइट है। 14 विधायकों को वोटिंग का राइट है।
जिसके पास है, जो इस सदन में वोट कर सकता है, उसके अलावा कोई विधायक नहीं जा सकता। तो आपने विजेंद्र गुप्ता के पास पास नहीं है। इनको कैसे पता विजेंद्र गुप्ता अंदर बैठे हुए? इनको कैसे पता? पूछ रहे हैं। हमने देखा। अरे अंदर बहुत से लोग सिक्योरिटी में भी हैं, बहुत लोग ऊपर भी हैं। हो सकता है किसी और काम से गए हो। आप जबरदस्ती वाली बात करें।
जबकि सब कुछ इन्हों के पास है, सारे अधिकार इन्हों के पास है। इधर एक भी आदमी ऊपर नहीं जा रहा है, लेकिन अंदर हो रही है केवल इनकी तरफ से।
Once again, we are now seeing confrontation taking place there at the entry gate of the Civic Center House, where now Aam Aadmi Party workers are claiming that they are being stopped from going there at the 4th floor, where the voting is all set to begin. In fact, Vijendra Gupta, who is an MLA, he has been allowed to go, but which is certain telling us as to how Aam Aadmi Party, despite knowing that he is an MLA, he has been allowed to go. Here, the Aam Aadmi Party workers are again creating ruckus. Let me try to show you pictures from this very place, entry house and entry gate of Civic Center, where ruckus-like situation has now erupted. As we are speaking, the house has reconvened. The councillors of Aam Aadmi Party and BJP, they are there inside the house. We can expect in few minutes from now voting to take place. Remember that this is taking place on the directions of Supreme Court. The Aam Aadmi Party had moved to Supreme Court, saying that aldermen are not allowed to vote, and Supreme Court, after listening to their plea, had directed the concerned officials to hold the elections as soon as possible. And today we are seeing the house reconvening. Let us also tell to our viewers the numbers. Those are there in the hands of both the parties. Aam Aadmi Party has got 134 councillors in its favor. BJP has 104 councillors. But BJP candidate is now claiming that many of the Aam Aadmi Party councillors are supporting and voting for the BJP candidate. We'll have to wait and watch as to how the voting will further proceed from here on. But here the security has been beefed up. You can clearly see as to how thousands of security personnel have been deployed here to man the entry gate, and also they are looking into the passes of all the people who are now entering inside the house and looking at the continuous ruckus and the kind of violence also we saw during the last 3 meetings. Paramilitary forces have also been deployed. Delhi police officers have also been deployed here in large numbers at the entry gate. We'll have to wait and watch who gets the edge today. But BJP, who has 104 councillors, is now claiming that many of the Aam Aadmi Party councillors are supporting the BJP candidate. On the other side, Aam Aadmi Party continues to claim that BJP is illegally trying to capture the house. Today, the elections for the post of mayor, deputy mayor, and 6 members of a standing committee will take place. Shivangi.
Right. And I just want to go across to Piyush. Piyush, I'm going to go across to Anuj. Anuj is also joining us live right now. Anuj, there were multiple attempts being made to hold mayoral elections. It happened on Jan 6th, Jan 24th. The last one on February 6th to hold the mayor elections after MCD elections took place back in December, and still there is no mayor elected. What are the details that you're picking up?
Well, exactly as you pointed it out very rightly, thrice we have seen how the attempt was failed, and this was the matter which was taken to the Supreme Court. Finally, Supreme Court has given the order, has made it very much clear that how it has to be done. So we have seen the uproar in the House when we are talking about the 3 attempts when we saw this was about the mayor election, about the deputy mayor election, and the standing committee election. So today, what is being stated by Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP both, because we were talking to the leadership, they were saying it that they are of the hope that this is going to happen today. Let me give you the sense also from where I'm reporting. This is the 4th floor where this is going to happen, the entry of the house, and you can see at this point in time I'm giving you the visuals, the kind of arrangement that has been done, the security that has been deployed. On the other hand, these are the councillors now who are reaching here, and the voting will start any moment from now. So the people have already reached, the councillors have already reached in the house. Now this is going to happen, but let's see, wait and watch what exactly will be coming out. But now, as this had been made in clear about the voting, about the elderman position, that whether they are going to vote or not, so this has been made in very much clear by the Supreme Court now, and this was the subject on which the uproar was seen in the house. So this is expected that this is going to happen today. Finally, the mayor election, then the deputy mayor election, and the standing committee election. So earlier what we have seen in the house, that it was announced by the speaker that this is all 3 elections going to happen together. Prior to that, what we have seen, this is going to happen one by one. But today this is to see, wait and watch what exactly will be said by the speaker there, what is he is going to say about the election, that in what manner this is going to happen. So these are the live images from the civic center where the house is going to start any moment from now. We were talking to the Aam Aadmi Party leader, we were talking to the Bharatiya Janata Party leader, the councillors and the senior leadership who are present over here. So they were stating it. Now we are expecting that this is going to happen today. We are expecting that the election will happen today. On the other hand, the people have already entered in the house, as we have given you the visual. I'll ask my video journalist to once again to give you the sense from the 4th floor from where I'm reporting. That's the entry of the house. As you can see, the front gate, and the forces deployment could be clearly seen. The paramilitary also being deployed, the police also being deployed, as we have seen the scuffle, as we have seen the uproar in the house 3 times earlier to this, and now this is the 4th time where this is going to happen. Any moment from now, what we are expecting, the voting will happen, the voting will start, and the speaker is going to announce that in what manner it is going to happen. It is first, if we talk about the pattern, let me tell you, it is first going to be the mayor election, then the deputy mayor election, and then the standing committee 6-member election. So let's see, wait and watch what exactly is going to pan out, how it is going to pan out. But today we are expecting that Delhi is going to get the mayor. That's something what we are expecting, and that is something what has been stated by the either side, whether being it Bharatiya Janata Party or whether being it Aam Aadmi Party. Although the blame game is on, this is Aam Aadmi Party who is saying that this was BJP who were making uproar, and the BJP councillors saying that this was Aam Aadmi Party who were not willing to these election to happen. So that is something what has been stated. So war of word was clearly seen, blame game was clearly seen, attack and counter attack was clearly seen. But finally, when Supreme Court has now intervened, so this is going to happen in the manner in which the Supreme Court has made it clear that how it is going to happen. The rule has been categorically mentioned by Supreme Court that how it has happened earlier also, and how it has to be done. So any moment from now, what we have been told, the voting is going to start. We are just standing right outside the house. This is the 4th floor. Let me again remind you, the security arrangement could be clearly seen. The councillors have already gone in, although the area, the ground floor from where the Piyush is reporting, there some war of word could be seen because the Aam Aadmi Party members, the supporters, they also want to come in to support their leadership. They are alleging that the Bharatiya Janata Party members or the supporters, they are already in. So this is a...
Understand, the house should take place, the election should be done, and the mayor election should be taken place as per the Supreme Court guidelines also. They should run the house smoothly. Why
We're already seeing ruckus taking place. There are some Aam Aadmi Party workers who are now claiming that they are not being allowed to go upstairs, though other people like Vijendra Gupta and all, they have been allowed to go there.
Every person is being checked and thoroughly checked, and the I-card has been seen. If they are not brought the I-cards, they'll be stopped. I think I've seen few BJP people also have been stopped. My own councillor was being stopped because he was not carrying his card. So he has asked to carry his card. And
they are saying that Vijendra Gupta does not hold a card, but still he's
an MLA.
And they are saying, Aam Aadmi Party is saying
he has a legitimate pass. Point is not this. Point is, legitimate people will go in the house and legitimate people will vote in the house. The Aam Aadmi Party intention is to create a ruckus outside also and inside also on this issue. Like we have seen in the past, 3 different issues on the 3 different house sittings. We have seen different issues. On first meeting, they have said